We should be back. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we've got. Okay, I think we're back. We're back.
Hopefully it doesn't die again. Because this happened last time.
Okay, so we should be good to go. We should be good.
Hopefully.
We're heading into the quarterfinals. We apologize for that.
David, get down here. We might need you.
You know, that was exactly when we got to 666 viewers.
Huh.
That was
something.
That was exactly at 666 viewers. Coincidence? Phenomenal. Oh man, thank you so much for joining us. I'm not sure what just happened there, but we are getting ready for the quarterfinals here. It's time to stop downloading dank memes. Nice. Otherwise, thank you everybody. It is phenomenal. How was the PPTQ? It's been phenomenal. We had 6 rounds and we are about to head into the quarterfinals.
What?
Oh man.
It's gonna be fun.
So, we're getting ready for it. It's going to be solid. In the meantime, be sure to hit that follow button and join us in the future. Also, if you're going to GP Portland, join us at Pizza Schmitza. It's 3 blocks away from the venue.
Yep.
On Friday night around 7, the 12th of August. We'll be there having some delicious pizza. It's going to be a good time. I am looking forward to it. And, as an additional heads up, I'm not sure how many of you were just watching the Star City Tour, so I assume that you know who he is. Todd Stevens. Todd Stevens, the man with the tie. I will actually be streaming with him on Thursday. So, if you do enjoy my words and thoughts, be sure to join us, or join the Todd Stevens
here's our
on Thursday on his stream at about 6 o'clock Pacific Time, 8 o'clock Central Time. What decks have been going well? We have got Troy on Green Red Tron, Donovan on Boros Pyrohemia, a red-white control deck. Josh, I'm not sure which one.
Josh, I believe, is on
Is this Bantel Drazi?
No, Josh, I believe, is on Jund.
There is a...
Josh Demery, that he's on Jund.
We have got Jund in there. We have got...
Paul is on Bantel Drazi.
Bantel Drazi,
Nathan
Peter on Jund,
Burn.
Kiki Cord. Oh, is that the other?
Oh, no, sorry. That's Nathan on Kiki Cord, Peter on Obzon Company, Nathan on Burn, and Martin on Blue Red Fairies.
Okay, that's what we've got. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure what we ended up having there, but thank you everybody for... Oh, man, we took a huge hit.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yes, we're both twin out.
Whoops.
Apparently.
My bad. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Unfortunately, we got hit a little bit hard, but we are back up. Alright. So, it is going to be all kinds of fun. This Nedge, thank you so much for hitting the follow button. Do you know what our first matchup is going to be?
I have no idea. I mean, so it's going to be... So we'll have Fairies versus Tron.
Mm-hmm.
Pyrohemia versus Burn. So Pyrohemia's making it through the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Jund versus Obzon Company. And Bantel Drazi versus Kiki Cord. So what do you guys want to see? We'll get that one.
By the way, any chance of getting the deck list for the Pyrohemia deck list?
We will definitely.
The top 8 will be posted. So I'm going to be making I'll be adding it to our Tapped Out account, as well as I'll be making a Reddit post about it as soon as possible.
Malingering Souls!
Malingering Souls, it's
Thanks
good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. And we're back up to 500.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for coming back, finding us. We apologize for crashing for a brief moment.
Company v Jund. Alright, so what matchup do you want to see? Tron versus Fairies. Pyrohemia versus Burn.
Okay.
Jund versus Company.
That one.
Bantel Drazi versus Kiki Cord.
Let's do Jund versus Obzon.
Well, I'm asking them.
We had a lot for Company and for Jund.
That's fair.
That's the one that I saw the most as far as like the actual split.
Coleman.
Okay.
Find Coleman for me.
So, let's see what we can do. But it looks like...
Okay, so Coleman, if this is the order, Peter should be playing Josh, right?
Yes.
And so that's Jund versus Company. That's the one we want.
Also...
There's lists.
Perfect. Here are
Also-
the top 8 lists.
Perfect. Is this an order of top 8? Probably not. Get there. Thank you so much for hitting the follow button. I'm glad that you got there, and I know that I'm so glad that you hit that follow button. We don't actually have
very
the
much.
capability to straw poll right now. MTG bot is down, so we've been
Yep.
operating without it.
So yeah, we're gonna do Jun versus company. So
All right. So which one would you like?
which one would I like? I'll take whichever one you want to hand me. I'll probably take Jun.
Okay.
Which
So
is this one, Josh Demery.
excellent.
And then that's Peter, which is that one.
That was well timed.
Well done.
So who's gonna be on what side? Do you
I
think?
have no idea. We'll see where they put.
All right. So we're gonna find out, but we are gonna have Jund versus Company. So let's go ahead and just talk about this one a little bit.
Absolutely.
So I am gonna give my edge towards Company. Himoriro.
Himoiro.
Yes, thank you so much for hitting the
Like.
follow button. It's amazing having you here. I'm so excited. Everybody who is here, thank you so much. I mean, we're at over 500 people right now after a minor crash. Just today, we have gotten like 150, 160 follows.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're gonna have Josh on the wall.
Josh on the wall.
Thank you very much. All right. So we've got Peter Beckfield going up against Josh. Josh.
Josh Demery. Demery.
Excellent. And Callan Rowe, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Jund versus Company. Now, are you also...
company is Peter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep.
I know Peter's usually Jun, but
I'm in such a habit there. But I think Company, just through all of the cards having such good value as far as 2-for-1ing,
yeah,
is going to be a
I
pretty
think
key.
company typically has an okay matchup against Jun.
Captain Kaza, thank you so much for hitting that follow button.
But hold on.
Are
one
we
second, look
at
here real
678 viewers?
quick. What?
Are we actually back up to that level?
Go
I see
team.
that we're back up to like 520. But let's head on down. It's time for
He
the
only has one
quarterfinals.
Kalidas.
Peter is on Jund. This is a different Peter, actually.
Yep.
We'll see you down there. All right. So, Fiasco. I apologize. On the bright side, these Cocos will be particularly sweet and,
And
will
this
not.
is the only collected company deck in the top 8.
On the funny. I love it. But thank you sincerely
We're
to
still muted,
everybody
right?
who is just joining. We're still muted?
Over there. I just wanted to double
Yeah, we
check.
should
I
be.
know you just refreshed it.
Yeah. Oh no, I
Just wanted
haven't.
to double check.
I actually didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
It just refreshed itself then.
Yep.
Cool.
But no, corn chips. Yes, if you are in the chat, be sure to hit that refresh button. I apologize to anybody who did end up seeing us get, we crashed for
Yeah,
a
we do
brief moment.
apologize.
Oh, Lash Curve, that is the most tragic thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh no.
Granted, that's probably means that I'm doing okay. Ryan Derlin, thank you so much. Yes, we do have some Delver Slaves, and again, just before we start the top 8, I know that I get sappy all the time, but we do the stream for all of you, and I can't find, I don't have the words to express how thankful I am to all of you for making this stream what it is, because you are absolutely 99% of this stream. And we do it because we like the interaction with you. So, thank you.
Absolutely.
Vile Offspring, thank you so much for hitting that follow button.
Ryan Derlin, I do want to point out, it's not, that's Insectile Aberration,
Oh,
not Delve.
nice. Getting technical. Oh, I'll totally toss some hearts in there. I'll put one of my own in there. It's gonna be purple and all kinds of sweet. Okay, look at that. Okay. You complete me. Oh, I got my Jerry Maguire. The human head weighs 8 pounds. Did you know that?
I was aware of that.
Interesting. With us, without us. With us, without us. With us, without us. With us, without us.
Pyromania's new modern meta.
Show me the follow! Oh man, no, we are still here. Be sure to hit that refresh button if you haven't. Favorite deck to Aragon Shadeslayer?
That his answer is easy.
Burn.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
All right, so we're starting with a swamp into a Thoughtseize for Josh.
Which is going to be putting us down to 18, but we're looking at a
Wow.
Viscerous here, double birds, Ewit. Actually, I might almost
you
take the
take
Ewit.
the Ewit?
Yeah, the Ewit's probably the biggest value piece here. You're not going to get anywhere by trying to eliminate the Mana Dorks. I think you're going to get somewhere by trying to eliminate the massive Recur engine that's going to invalidate some of your later removal. Okay. So, that would at least be...
Minnesota LG, keep playing. And try to learn from any mistakes you might make. That's the most important thing. Because if you just play and don't ever try to improve, you're
Also,
not going to.
ask questions.
Yeah, you already took the first step. You're trying to improve. There you go.
There is no timer in the quarterfinals to Fabio Dorico. This is not foil gemmed. Well, actually, it might be one. But I prefer Naya Burn without
Are we able to
Mikado.
make the timer go away somehow?
Oh, yes, I can. I can totally do that. Doop, boop. There we go. Okay, Mad Gamer, it's great to see you. Oh my goodness. Fiasco, thank you. We've got a phenomenal team working on this stream all the time, and can't thank everybody enough. But thank you so much for hitting that follow button.
Fiasco with the follow.
Okay, so
Alright, Josh gonna fetch here.
turn 1, Birds of Paradise, something that we definitely expected. We do know that there's a couple of those ones. We know that there's the Wall of Roots. I'm thinking that we're going to see Wall of Roots and a Birds of Paradise next round. Now, taking a look at this...
Metal 22, thanks for the follow button.
Does this Jun deck run any of the main board Jun Charm?
Main deck Jun Charm. Does not look like it.
Mm-hmm.
4 Bolt, 3 Terminate, 2 Replicate, 2 Command, a Maelstrom Pulse. Nope.
Also to Metal, thank you so much for hitting the follow button.
And he only plays one Kalitas. James the One.
We
with the
appreciate
follow.
it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Did we already say what made top 8? We did. I'll go over it one more time for you. In first, we have Tron from Troy. In second, we have Pyrrhemia from Donovan. In third, we have Jund from Josh. In fourth, we have Bant Eldrazi from Paul. In fifth, we have Kiki Cord from Harry. In sixth, we have Abzan Company from Peter. In seventh, we have Burn from Nathan. And in eighth, we have Blue Red Fairies from Martin.
I don't know if this will work. No, I don't know how to get the timer going.
Nope.
I
that's
tried.
fine.
I tried.
No worries.
Okay.
Alright, so it looks like we've got 16 to 17 for life totals.
Okay. You know what? FWTSW? Maybe one day. But yeah, I think we do have 8
Zakara
different
Zero,
decks.
we have 8 different decks in the top 8.
Yep. We actually had 29 different decks out of...
17, 18, 16.
We had 29 different decks out of 38 players, which is in itself...
That's fantastic.
That's pretty good for a PPTQ.
For those of you wondering, yes, Modern is a diverse meta.
I dig it. So, double Birds of Paradise, 2 Wall of Roots. We do know that there's a Viscera Seer in hand, and it looks like we've just got land otherwise. Josh taking that Ewit.
This Gavany Township is going to go to work, though.
This Gavany Township is going to be huge.
Very, very good. It looks like a fetch and a shock from Peter, so he's going to head on down to 14.
Otherwise, I'm not sure what else that we're going to be seeing, because looking at what this list has got, it's a fairly straightforward list. It is running the Spike Feeder Archangel of Thune combo in the main. That's a notable difference. We are also on 2 Wall of Roots, 2 Noble, and 4 Birds as your mana dorks. We have got 2/2 split on Anafens and Malira. There is a main board Spellskite, but overall nothing particularly unusual out of this deck, except the fact that it's running both the Murderous Redcap in the main board as well as the Archangel Spike Feeder
So he's
combo.
got both he's got both combos.
Yep.
Essentially, all 3.
Okay. So looks like double Dark Confidant. Really risky way to go about it. I can understand it, but it's
Josh
risky.
gonna fetch.
Did you say Peter's at 14?
He should be. He fetched and shocked.
Coleman, if you're out there, you might want to do a...
Double check life totals for us.
They might have just written it down on their sheets and not updated the dice for us.
Because, yeah, Josh is fetching and shocking here, so he should be at 13, we think.
Why do I like Burn the most? It's just, I love aggro decks. I love the strategy
And
of
the
it. I love the thought process behind it. It's just what I've loved doing. I started off with red deck wins, and I've been in love with it since.
Fetch Scry goes to the bottom.
But yeah, it's just something that's always been
Yep, 14, 13.
been my passion, I suppose. But yeah, this Double Dark Confidant, I mean, as everyone is saying in the chat, if you want to talk about greatness at any cost,
Dark Confidant it is.
let's see how great it is. I mean, what are our high drops? Hot Ham 484. Thank you so much for hitting the
He's
follow
got
button.
a Goblin Dark Dwellers, a Kalitas, and a Huntmaster as 4+. He also has 2 Kolaghan's Command and a Maelstrom Pulse at 3,
We're gonna go
as
down
well as the 4 Lilianas.
down to 10. We get an Abrupt Decay and a land off of there, so not too bad overall. Really falling within kind of the average. I would expect this deck to probably have the average CMC of about 1.25. Or is kind of what
Somewhere in there, 1.25.
I've seen like
maybe
1.2
1.5.
I've seen like 1.75 at the most. Okay, but the Goblin Dark Trolls is a little bit of a risky include by Josh, but I love it. Especially, I mean, what 3 drops? Like you've got 2 Kolaghan's
3
Commands.
drops, 4 Liliana, 2 Kolaghan's Command, a Maelstrom Pulse.
Okay.
But yeah, so as far as things that Dark Dweller can flash back, it's Maelstrom Pulse, Kolaghan's Command, 2 Kolaghan's Command, 2 Abrupt Decay, 3 Terminate, 4 Lightning Bolt.
Team
4
Nutdraw,
Inquisition
thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Okay.
Team Nutdraw 24, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you. I'm not sure if you're actually a team or one person, but nonetheless, you are all rock stars. And actually, using the Maelstrom Pulse on these Birds of Paradise, solid play. And I like that over these Wall of Roots. It is certainly an interesting way. These Wall of Roots are kind of diminishing themselves over time to be useful. It means that also you have now cut Obzon off of a decent amount of its color spread by giving only a single black, a single white.
Peter only has a land in hand. He doesn't have much to be able to beat these Dark Confidants. I mean, I guess the 1 power walls are pretty good.
So let's talk a little bit about what's happening. How many players? We had 38 players
38.
for this. So the white counters are +1/+1 counters from Gavany Township. Wall of Roots, the black counters, are -0, -1 counters that are currently on the... Because you can put one on there to add a green mana only once per turn.
So Wall blocks the Bob, and Bolt is going to take that out.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm very happy that these dice arrived in time for this kind of stuff to happen.
Yeah, no, that was a solid buy. Touch your knuckles to my knuckles.
Absolutely. You said they would be hard to find.
I looked.
I went to Google and I typed in large 6-sided dice.
Fair
and
enough.
That was the first one.
Fair enough.
So if you need to find these, that's where you go, everybody.
Lash Curve, I had a lot of them, but the one that's most relevant to what I'm doing right now, like at this moment, is that for a long time I actually wanted to be like a DJ. And now I get to be basically a Magic DJ.
That's fair.
It's kind of fun. But other
way to
than
look at
that,
it.
I wanted to be a cop for a long time.
Okay.
I wanted to...
I wanted to be a lawyer for a long time.
See, I could never do lawyer. My sister wanted to be a lawyer for a long time, so I was like, it worked out well.
I'm a middle child. I was a mediator a lot anyway.
Nice, okay.
So,
Let's see, you're still new to Magic. You wanted to playing the app. Actually looks more... So Rush 978. If you ever have questions, definitely ask them. It will save you a lot of time. People want you to, like, people will be more than happy to help you out. But welcome to the game. If you ever have questions, ask them. It's a great group in this chat. We'll be more than happy to help you out any way that we can. Okay, so down to, I mean, we've got...
Antwerp 540, thanks for the follow.
Interestingly enough, notable that this Wall of Roots actually continues to have 1 power.
Yep.
We also have a Scavenger Goose that came down. Josh still not doing a huge amount with what...
I think the wall is at 1-3.
Let's see here. We start out at 1-5. Yeah, you're right. Rush, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome to have you. I look forward to interacting with you more in the future. Fabio Dorico, we're definitely going to try, as these things go forward, we'll try and get other matches as they're happening for the quarterfinals, leading up into the semifinals. We'll try and get those. And then we'll have the glorious finals. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Thank you so much to the 583 people who stuck around, even though we had a minor crash. It's incredible having you. If you're brand new to the stream, first time joining, let me know in the chat. I'd love to welcome you by name. And also let us know how you found us, whether it was through Reddit, Twitch, a friend, found us after the Star City, came over because of a Facebook post, through maybe your cat had someone shave it into the side of them. I haven't been doing that.
Or your cat walked across your keyboard and it just happened to type out twitch.tv/geekfortress.
That's way more likely. Good one. Also, let us know where you're watching from and what your favorite strategy of play is. Piqualsu, I hope I pronounced that right. It's awesome having you. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going down. This Wall of Roots is getting a huge amount of
Pi
value.
equals U.
You saw the flyers.
Pi equals U. Not P.
Oh, pi equal. Oh, okay. Once I see it in that font.
Yep.
Pi equals you. Thank you so much for being brand new. All right. Fiken, that's fantastic. I hope your grandson enjoys the game. Let's see here. Because of the crash. That's interesting. That is interesting.
Sweet.
Someone found us because of Bryce. That's pretty cool. Sever
Yeah,
Conspiracy.
Sever Conspiracy. He's, Troy, he goes to
So,
No Geek.
so Amber, you've watched for some time but never asked. Oh, Storm. Very, very nice. Very nice. L. Dern, you fell asleep on the keyboard. Well, I'm glad you found it.
Twitch, Wichita, Suicide.
Flakel, I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for joining us. Tuxedo Duck. I like your
Taken
style.
4. Down to 11? No, 4, 5, 6, sorry. Yep.
Okay. It's interesting that we didn't see a block, but actually, are we equalized? Oh, man, actually, we are down to a 2-2 Wall of Roots.
Yep.
That is just what that is. So we are about to have a Wall of Roots that is going to have a higher power than toughness. T-Claw, thank you so much for finding us through Reddit. Hopefully you found us through the most recent one. If anybody does feel like it and they're feeling particularly generous, feel free to go to that Reddit post. Toss in some words if you like. I'd always appreciate that one. Helps let people know what we're doing and why we're doing it. Okay.
Okay, so it looks like an attack for 2 from the Birds of Paradise, but Josh is going to gain 2 off of Scavenging News.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Dark Confidant trigger. Still
Beautiful.
hasn't hit the Goblin Dark Dwellers yet.
I think it's that one, too, which has continued to get land after land. Looks like ninjas from Australia. Very cool.
Woo! Nice.
Fabio Dorico, I'm not sure. Dredge is not in the top 8, unfortunately.
It is not.
It will be on the VOD. It'll be on Twitch. We'll add it to our YouTube. There will be more opportunities. And we do, of course, stream Modern every Wednesday and every Saturday outside of this tournament, which means that there's always a good chance to see Dredge.
Yep, I believe the Dredge player lost to Jeskai Ascendancy in the last round. But Martin beat both of them on tiebreakers. So.
Okay, so we're looking at, I see at least several lands in Josh's hand. I think Raging Ravine might be kind of the correct
Raging
thought.
might be a good way to go.
I think it's going to be a great
11,
way
you're
for
at
applying
6.
pressure. That means that you're able to actually apply 10 to Peter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
He also
attack...
has Treetop. He also has Treetop Village.
And you still have the Scavenging Ooze.
So I could see activating Treetop Village, get in here, and then you still have 3 mana to do something with if you have something to do. Are we going to release any deck lists? We will most likely post the top 8 deck lists to our Tapped Out account.
We will post the top 8. Okay. So, looks like we are actually going
Treetop
for that
Village.
one.
Send them.
Now, going for that one, is that just to leave up more green sources potentially and start fighting some battles for gaining life there?
Could be to do that. It also could have something to do with...
We're going to lose this Wall of Roots, and we might see a Lightning Bolt? Or two weeks. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Eat a couple things, go up to 8, put himself well outside of... he's not actually out of the woods yet, because Peter can activate the Gavin Township attack for 3, and if Josh flips Goblin Dark Dwellers, he dies.
That's a line, though. That's quite a line. And I think
no, sorry. He's able to gain life with the Scoos. Never mind. We're out of the woods.
I think that right now Josh has got this game unlocked.
Yep.
That was a huge swing. Even after the Cuchus connecting, we're at 3. We're going to go down to 5.
So, Josh being smart here, eating before the Dark Confidant trigger resolves, he is at 6.
Extremely clever. And now you have the win. That was...
Flips Liliana, goes down to 3, and we are headed to game 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, out of the sideboard of Jund, I'll go ahead and read the sideboard first, and then talk about what I think he might bring in.
Okay,
so
go
he's got 1 Anger the Gods, 1 Jund Charm, 1 Rakdos Charm, 1 Graph Digger's Cage, 1 Feed the Clan, 1 Chandra Pyromaster, 1 Olivia Vildarin, 1 Ancient Grudge, 1 Shatterstorm, 1 Crumble to Dust, 2 Kitchen Finks, 3 Fulminator Mage. Now I think in this you're probably bringing in the Anger. Well, you're definitely bringing in the Anger. You're probably bringing in Jund Charm, maybe the Rakdos Charm to exile Graveyard if you need to. Grafdigger's Cage for sure. I think I want Olivia.
If I'm Jund, I'm okay with bringing in Kitchen Finks.
I think Kitchen Finks is fine as well. Yeah.
I think if you're trying to go toe-to-toe with them against a deck that has got loaded up on 2-for-1s, he doesn't want to overboard, but there's a lot of things that he could bring in just to slightly tweak the deck, and I think it's going to be...
Goblin Dark Dwellers doesn't seem great in this matchup.
Hand Disruption seems
Hand
okay.
Disruption is medium.
Okay, yeah, I may not want the full 6. But overall, I think it's going to be a much bigger issue of what do we want to take out rather than what do we want to put in. Like, Huntmaster could easily come out for the Olivia.
The Olivia, absolutely. Basically just lower the curve in general.
Yeah. I think if rather than the Olivia, I might go over for something like the Fulminator, maybe, but more likely the Kitchen Finks if I really wanted to.
How do you feel about Liliana in this matchup? 'Cause I feel like it's not great.
It's not great. I'd probably take out maybe some
of
of them.
Cutting those because most of the time it's just going to grab like a random mana dork that's not doing much.
I'd be much more inclined to keep it on the play and then take it out for the draw, however.
Okay.
If there were some number of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do we got there?
So in the sideboard for Company, we've got a Linvala, Keeper of Silence. We've got a Kataki, War's Wage, an Ancient Grudge, 3 Crumble to Dust. There's an interesting splash in this Obzon Company deck. We do have a Sin Collector, Berretin Forge Tender, Core Firewalker, Abrupt Decay, 3 Path to Exile, Kozali Pride Mage, and Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
Out of this one, I could see Path to Exile coming in against Jund, and if you're not planning on going for exactly the combo win and just
just being able to get through the creatures.
Being able to get through their Tarmogoyfs, through a Kalidas especially, I think that Path to Exile is going to be really key. I believe that there's a Berretin Forge Tender as a one-of. I think I feel pretty safe bringing it in against a deck that you have to expect.
Anger of the Gods and Jund Charm?
Exactly. So is anything changing related to the usual streaming schedule? No. We still stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Today is just an extra treat.
Yep.
I think there's an argument to be made for bringing in the Scavengers, just for continuing to kind of go for that value and try and compete with them as far as kind of overtaking the board state through that incremental value. Other than that, I think the biggest one that I could see an argument for is maybe you could maybe bring in Sin Collector or Core Fire or Abrupt Decay.
Okay, I think Core Firewalker is actually great, being a pro-red creature.
Showstopper, thank you so much for hitting the follow button. Please continue.
Yep, the only removal spells in the deck that can hit Core Firewalker are 2 Abrupt Decay and a Maelstrom Pulse.
True, but I'm not sure if it's worth really...
Yeah, I mean, most of Jund's creatures are able to block it easily.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe all of them.
And at that point,
Yeah,
I think
mind.
it's a bigger question of what you pull for it.
Yeah,
but it also
I
just
don't
doesn't
think
get through any of their
Firewalker's fine.
creatures.
I don't think Firewalker's great here.
So I think what we're mostly definitely going to see is the Forge Tender, 3 Path to Exiles, and the Scavenging Ooze. We might see the Abrupt Decay as some extra insurance for maybe a cage, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cybeetle, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome.
Martin up 1-0 with a flurry of lightning bolts against a resolved Ugin. Way to go, Martin. Taking Tron down so far. 1-0 so far.
Go Burn.
Still got... he's not playing Burn. Martin is on fairies. Blue-red fairies.
Even better. Even better. Fabio Dorico.
Slowly Crashing has given us some news, Fabio Dorico.
Keep an eye out for Slowly Crashing in the chat. He is Coleman, who was just in the booth. He's out there on the field. We're going to call him in the maybe list. Star City already has the sideboard taken up.
That's fair. That's the maybe list out there.
So, either way, Coleman's out there.
Raz, 1, 2, 3, Thanks for hitting the follow button.
Thanks for hitting that follow button. Thank you, everybody, for getting us over 600 for a brief moment. Looks like we're just down below, but this has been a phenomenally successful stream. I really genuinely hope that all of you are enjoying it. I guess actually all of us have a huge amount of fun producing this. Whether it's from the tech perspective, the back end of continually trying to come up with new ideas, or having the opportunity to host.
Shade of Shades. The blue-red list is a lot Shade of Hades. Yeah. Can't read it on that black. So Shade of Hades, the red is for Kiki Jiki, and a few other things like Lightning Bolt and I think Pia and Kieran. But, okay. Nathan evens up the score with a timely Path to Exile on Seeker of the Way, so that means it is 1-1 between Burn and Pyrrhemia.
Interesting. Actually, Pyrohemia is so set up to beat Burn, you have to play against it very TJ-like.
You have to play the control game.
You have to play the
Sir
control game.
Coulter. Thanks for that.
But you have to like play the control game without playing the control game, and it's mostly just load up. But the fact that they're running 3 main board Core Firewalker, 3 main board Blood Moon, 4 main board Lightning Helix, you really have to be cautious in that matchup and accept that they. I mean, he does not present a fast clock, so it's about patience. It's about making sure that you're able to get those score card
Captain
effects.
Kanga, thanks for hitting that follow button.
But if you are brand new to the game, there are intro packs. Keep an eye out, but also just go to your local game store. Tell them that you're brand new and ask. Usually a lot of new players there. I've got a lot of commons and uncommons that they're looking to just give to a new player. I've probably given out a lot of cards to new players.
Yeah. I've on many occasions finished like a draft or a sealed thing and just been like, here you go.
Also, if you do know the rules of it, or at least the basic understanding of it, and you kind of want to get into it and you feel a little bit more like you could take a shot at something, look into drafting. It's a great way to acquire a card pool and also begin competing without needing the cards beforehand.
Evil Raptor Mudkip.
I'm really loving that name.
Thanks for the follow.
Were there any signs of Eldritch Evolution activities so far? There was one out in the field today.
I believe Harry
Harry
has it in his deck.
Yep, Harry's got 2 of them. Alright. But yeah, Evil
Eldritch
Raptor
Evolution
Mudkip.
right there too.
That is a great name. We are at 599. That is awesome. Again, feel free to hit that follow button. It's always great having you. You are all phenomenal rock stars. Whether you are or aren't, it is just the coolest thing to be able to hang out
Eric
with all of you.
Peacock, thanks for the follow.
The blue-red deck does not have Bedlam Reveler.
Nope.
Unfortunately. So, taking a look at this, we do have a turn 1 tapped Temple Garden. I think Peter's on a mulligan here.
Yep.
Toss God, it's great to see ya.
And Inquisition of Kozilek, this is a mulligan of 5.
Brew. Oh,
Ouch.
I mean, on the one hand, oh no, he grabbed a Path to Exile
Yeah,
there.
it takes a Path to Exile.
And I
He's
think
only got a red cap in hand now. This is not looking good.
And I think that Jund is about to take this one
Squigaigan,
Ooh, good one.
thanks for the follow.
Good one.
Pretty sure that's how it is, right?
You know what?
Squigaigan.
Give us a pronunciation guide if we ever get your name wrong. Because you got to party like a rock. You got to party like a rock star, right, P.I.?
But it's not a rock. It was a rock lobster.
Okay, that was good. I'll give you that one. I saw them live.
Nice.
I'm still like, that was so much fun.
Alright, so Peter has done nothing but draw lands.
It was them and the Go-Go's. Alright. I figured he'd be playing Infect.
Todd Stevens made top 16 classic and playing Infect. Well, it's a good way to go.
If you are, by the way, to anybody who does know who Todd Stevens is, I'll be hanging out with him on his stream, Todd Stevens MTG. Coocast. Thank you so much. I'll be hanging out with Todd in his stream, actually like doing commentary with him about his plays next Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central. Fun fact. Fun fact. I'll even link it. Be sure to be there Thursday at 6 Pacific time.
Absolutely. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'll probably be watching. At what time Pacific?
6.
Oh, that's right. That's right after the start of the Pro Tour. I can skip the draft portion.
Yay! Alright, where's Geek Fortress? Well, we are streaming out of a shop called Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington.
Mr.
Too Spooky for us. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. My name's TJ.
I'm Bryce.
Boom. Nailed it. So we've got a Liliana from Jund, which is going for the uptick. I think that this is the right call. Previously, we've seen some of these taking down to try and take down the mana dorks. I think that against this deck, when it is considered a combo deck, in addition to other stuff, the plus is a really valuable ability to get out.
Absolutely.
And while they have a huge... It's obviously not ideal. Liliana is still not incredible. But it's not bad. And against Obzon Company, even the minuses end up acting as kind of a discard ability because they have so much ability to recur it through these Eternal Witnesses. So at this point, I'd rather just make sure
Alex
that they're
Stronza with the follow. Thank you very much. So it looks like Peter drew a Path to Exile.
Mm-hmm.
And the Murderous Red Cap is going to go ahead and take Liliana down to 2.
You know, Peter's fighting through pretty well for someone who had
A mulligan to
really rough starting hand. But it looks like Josh may have also stayed a little bit.
Splendid Reclamation decks? No, there were not, as far as I'm aware, Avacyn Restored.
Mm-hmm. No Splendid Reclamation yet. If I had pronounced that correctly, then there would also not be any Splendid Reclamation. Kim Chang Siop, I hope I pronounced that right, but thank you so much.
Soap?
Soap?
I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's great having you. Yeah, thank you to everybody. We're over 600 again.
Woo,
I
woo.
can't tell you how incredible this is for us.
Yeah, Josh is very far ahead at this point.
Josh is winning.
Indeedy-doo.
So a Visceraseer comes down. It's not. I mean,
This is
Peter's
not-
in top deck mode with a
Pete-
Visceraseer.
Yeah, Peter is in the bad feels against Jund.
Mhm.
You see the hand on the head. I've been there. You play against Jund and you just get in the spot and you're just like, okay.
Well, let's see. All right.
MC YOLO Swag. Thanks
Good to
for
have
that
ya.
follow button.
It's good to have ya. So,
Make Nephilim great
I
again.
think we just got a backup Visceraseer. Oh
Aw,
man,
yeah. Best draw in the deck.
your supercut is gonna need a supercut. Zulo? Or I guess Zoo10638. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's great to have you.
Paul up 1-0 with triple threat of Smasher, Seer, and Drowner. That's a good way to beat Kiki Cord with Eldrazi.
Warfused, that's pretty great. That's awesome.
Mick YOLO Swag. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Albino Bear. Jace's Life.
Jace's
First
love.
of all, I agree, but thanks for the follow.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's awesome having you. So a Kitchen Finks coming down, knocking him back up to 18 as well
Hello,
as a
Sam the
Terrorwolf.
Man. Nice to see you.
So we've got up to 18. Looking in the graveyards, I think we've got Sorcerer, we've got
believe Peter's
Land,
at
we've got
16.
Instant, and we've got Creature, I believe. Do we have Creature, actually?
Should be.
I think we're at maybe a 4 or 5
Oh.
right now.
Yeah, no, we might not have a creature.
Yep. So it's a fairly large swing at this point. I mean, Peter's looking at a great situation of
Terminate.
wow,
Exterminate. So
wow.
he's going to sack it to Scry.
There's twice as many people watching here than any other match. Wow.
That's what we like to hear, everyone.
I am so
Thank you
blown
all for
away
being
right
here.
now. Thank you so much for everyone for being a part of this. This is
We greatly appreciate you all.
yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I'm at a loss for words about this, but it's huge. It's so huge for us. So thank you.
Ooh, Abrupt Decay was Josh's draw this turn. Jund Charm gonna put 2 counters there. Attack you for 5, attack you for 9, and that should be the game. There we go. Jund taking down Abzan Company. Maybe
Yellow
Coleman
Garage.
is able to get us another game. Since we're still in the quarterfinals, we'll see if we can get one moved over. But until then, I bet TJ is going to bring us back up here.
I bet we are gonna go back up here and tell you all about the fact that we stream 4 times a week. See you there. Hello and thank you for joining. My name's TJ.
And I am Bryce.
We're streaming from Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington, having possibly our largest stream to date. Absolutely loving it. So thank you so much. I'm back. Thank you so much to Bryce and to all the other co-hosts for covering for me while I was gone. That was awesome. You did great yesterday. I was
Thank you.
watching for a good amount of it.
Appreciate.
Man, it's just been pretty phenomenal. But you can join us, and if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that follow button. It's either up there or down there. I highly recommend it. Renato's got
Renato
Renato,
G18.
and now he's feeling, or she is feeling so fly, like a G18, something like that. Anyway,
That's 3 times a G6.
wow. Nonetheless, feel free to hit that follow button and join us 4 times a week, because every Monday at 6:30 Pacific time, Antimatter Hands, great name. You can join us at 6:30 for Standard every Wednesday and Friday. We have got Modern, 7 o'clock
What do we got?
Wednesday, Saturday, 6 o'clock Saturday,
Harry and Paul
and
going.
we have got Legacy on Fridays at 7:30 every Friday.
Harry's facing the wall. Okay.
So we have got
Harry facing the wall?
quarterfinals.
Still quarterfinals. Yep. Game 2.
So we've got Harry, who is on
Kiki
Kiki Cord going up against.
Going up against Paul. Paul Lee. Yep. Who is on Band Eldrazi.
So Bantel Drazi versus Kiki Cord. What match are we on?
This is game 2. Game 1 was taken by Paul.
So Paul takes game 1. All right. And our Giza, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's great having you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're gonna be heading down there for game 2. Harry's gonna be on the play, and are they there?
Yep, they're over there.
Let's head on down. Alright, so Paul already taking a game 1. Now we weren't able to see that one. Does the Fairies list play pretty much solely at instant speed? In a lot of ways, yes. Though it ends up actually running 1 P and Kieran Delar and 3 Kiki Jiki as well.
Time Knight, yes indeed, this is my Bantel Dwazi. He made one change, exactly one change. He pulled the Celestial Purge that was in the sideboard and put in a Stubborn Minot.
Mike McGorrick, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's great having you. Does Dylan ever do commentary? No. He's got a store to run.
It's also pretty snarky when he's in here.
Yeah, no, he'll stop by every now and then, but he doesn't really. He'll do commentary for like maybe one round every now and then, but not really. All right, so.
Yep. Corthian, I don't know how Pyrohemia did. Maybe Coleman will be able to let us know about this.
David Elbire, it's great to see you again. I think we are getting some of the Star City Games crowd. And again, I know that I say this a lot, but you sat through a big event. You came over here, and you stuck with us, and
I appreciate it.
I genuinely hope it's because you're enjoying it. And who won the last match? Jund won in the quarterfinals against Obzon Company.
This is a mold of 5.
But
Not like this. Oh, no lands. Okay, going to 4.
This is rough.
So we're probably looking at a game 3 pretty soon.
We are likely looking at a game 3.
I mean,
but
Eldrazi can mulligan pretty well if he's got, like, Eldrazi Temple, Thought Knot Seer, Mattery Shaper.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's like a fine over. Or even just, like, green land, Eldrazi Temple...
Hinnick78, thank you.
Noble Hierarch, Thought Knot Seer is still fine.
I guess the biggest point that I'm trying to make is that all of you came over, theoretically, from Star City, which is possibly some of the best commentary and production value in all of Magic.
Absolutely.
And you came here, to us, and you stuck around. And we do our best to put on a good performance, and hopefully you are enjoying it. But thank you so much for sticking with us, and yeah.
Well, Ancient Stirrings is a good way to get out of a mold of 4.
It's a great way. We're looking at, I mean, likely a land. I'm not sure if that reality smash is quite what we want to go with just yet.
Yeah, it looks like Windswept Heath is going to be the way he wants to go. Going to put that a Darker Waste to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so a pretty rough mulligan here from Paul. However, the deck, it doesn't mulligan great, but it mulligans better than some others. The fact that so many other cards operate on just such a raw power level, and actually we do have a second. We're going to go for an Ancient Stirrings. We're going to take a look at what we got, and then we're going to actually drop down a Grafdigger's Cage, which could potentially, and I like casting the Ancient Stirrings first. Because if we get an Eldrazi Temple, anything like that, you're likely not going to play it until next turn anyway.
Yeah.
But it gives you options.
So 2 Ancient Stirrings, again, this is a great way to get yourself out of this mulligan. Looks like
more land and a Thought Knot Seer.
Donovan wins, so Pyrohemia wins and into the semis. So Pyrohemia into the semifinals already.
Between these decks, which mulligan's the best? Between the two of them, I would probably take Paul. Yeah. I think Paul's deck mulligans the best between the two of them. What deck mulligans best in general in all, like, out of everything?
In Modern? Like, there's so many things that mulligan well.
Jund mulligans really well.
But yeah, so the land on Paul's side is from Ice Age. That is an Ice Age brushland.
Yeah. Actually, Burn mulligans really well and really poorly. It's kind of this weird dichotomy. Because
Paul has a Grafdigger's Cage that he has not cast yet.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that he didn't cast it last turn. Taxman. Oh, wait. Taman. 2037. Yes, we do have a Fairies deck out here. Jund and Obzon midrange both mulligan really well. Burn mulligans well, but their odds of winning go down a lot when they mulligan. Just because you need to cast a certain number of spells, and it sets you back essentially a full turn.
My Panlands are the lowest tier available. That's fine. I like the Ice Age ones.
That way they're the least painful.
Oh!
What?
He just turned his Voice Resurgence into a Magus of the Moon.
What? We just Eldritch Devolutioned into a Magus of the Moon.
Yes! And Paul was punished for not having cast his
The Graph
Digger's Cage last turn.
the Digger's Cage should have come down last turn.
Absolutely. So 5 damage. Paul down to 10. Paul's at 10.
Oh my goodness. With it in hand and an open mana. That's the roughest part about this. And running this, oh, that is beautiful. Other things that we could see out of this sideboard, because it looks like we're going to be going into...
yeah, there's no waste. He's not going to be able to cast anything here.
Man.
Is there an Eldrazi Titan in the Eldrazi deck? Nope.
Nope. This is pretty, like, a mid-rangey. It's like a disruptive kind of aggro.
And Lightning Helix, and that is going to be it. We are on to Game 3.
Oh my goodness. That was I mean, nothing against Paul here, but that was a blowout. That Magus of the Moon was incredible. So looking at other things that Harry might have here, that's gonna be excellent. Magus of the Moon. Likely that one came out. How do you feel about a Reclamation Stage against it? I know that there's not a ton of artifacts out from this version. I would want people to bring it in against some of the other Eldrazi flavors. But I think this one, probably not the Reclamation Stage.
Probably not.
You could probably bring in... You know, there's actually not much that you have here. All things considered, there's almost nothing here that I'd want to bring in other than the Magus of the Moon. I think Harry is fairly confident in just what his main board is looking like.
Yep. As far as this one goes, the Digger's Cages are definitely in. Rest in Peace, maybe. The Dismember seems to be fine. It's another piece of removal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe World Breaker, or Stubborn Denial, or Negate, but I don't think so.
World Breaker, I'm not thrilled about in a deck that is really based on creatures.
Yep. So I think it's just the Digger's Cages and the Rest in Peace, maybe, and probably the Dismember.
I could see an argument being made. I'm not going to say whether or not it happened, but I could see Paul bringing in the Stubborn Denial.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that you, especially after that, to maybe take out either Eldritch Evolution, Court of Calling, but especially Eldritch Evolution, which can be such a good card against this one, as we just learned. And it's this weird part where Stubborn Denial doesn't do a whole lot, but when it does counterspell, it's a key spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
You use a player 100, just put 5 basics in your sideboard.
That's... I'll be honest with you all, I love Blood Moon as a card. That's, yeah, I mean, it's the same as it is with Aether Vial for Chill. It's the same as Aether Vial and Court of Calling and Collected Company.
I see we didn't readjust the name size on Paul's side for Martin.
I can do that. Let's see here.
All right, so Martin and Troy in the Tron versus That's good. One more tick out. Yep.
There we go. That'll be perfect. Good call.
So in the
Good call.
Fairies versus Tron, it is 1-1.
Mm-hmm. Martin activates Tech Edge 3 times. Troy responds with a Crucible of Worlds to get him back. Going to Game 3. Wow.
Ouch.
Wow. Man. Let's see here. Yeah, the new Liliana. That card is good.
I think it's good. I think it's not great.
I think that card is just so solid. Especially
-2 reads get a counterspell back from your... I guess in Fairies that makes sense.
like,
You gotta be careful with the way you word it though.
That card is really good, and especially, and this is somewhat biased because I was actually just watching it, and it happened to be Todd Stevens who was playing it. But did you see him in round 3 of Star City? He had a feature match that his game 1 was just incredible.
Well, here's a smasher.
Went down to 2 against white blue humans like in the first 4 turns, and then spent the rest of the game grinding back. It was beautiful.
14-19.
Okay, so Reality Smasher's not bad.
Engineer explosives for 1.
Looking
to
worse.
Take out this bird. Not looking great.
It's looking a lot worse. Harry going to grab his second land. He'll be untapping with a third one.
Wow, he went and got a second.
I mean, what? So that's double red.
What do you need double red for?
You might be looking at a double green for something like a Kitchen Finks, but overall, I'm not sure if Harry
probably
has.
Probably go get like green-white there, right?
I would expect, unless he has the white in hand for something like a Path to Exile, but you definitely need an answer to this. Otherwise, you are just going to get blown out. None of your creatures get hit. I mean, yeah, this is good. This is good. What's the dream? Turn 3 evolution into Smasher, sacking a Reshaper into another Smasher? You can't get a smasher off of the Shaper. It has to be Converting Cost 3 or less, right? For the
Evolution?
For Matter Reshaper?
You can't get a Reshaper off of the Matter Reshaper.
No, but the Matter Reshaper only gets you a Converting Cost 3.
Yeah, you can't get one into play from the top of your library from the Matter Reshaper trigger.
Yeah.
Eldritch Evolution can get you to a Smasher.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, you get to draw the Reality Smasher,
Mr. Miggs,
which is basically the same.
non-basics are the best thing that you can buy, all things considered. So, dropping
Alright.
out of Yavimaya Coast on Paul's side of the field. He's still got this 5-5.
If I were Paul, I would...
In Ancient Stirrings, Harry has got such an uphill battle. I can't see this going particularly
Yep.
well.
If I were Paul, I probably would have tried to... I might have used the Birds of Paradise there, so that...
if it's removed or if the EE is popped or something like that.
he's just going to go ahead and get a land, it looks like.
Yeah, curving out, curving out. Okay. So,
Another attack for 5. Harry's down to 8.
it's just good.
Reality
It's just
Smasher's
good.
Reality Smasher's like an okay card. Like, it's medium.
Reality Smasher is just...
And Harry going to blow up the Engineered Explosives, take out the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tevin, that is actually what Harry was wanting to do. I agree, Justice Peanut. I'm not sure why Engineered Explosives is in. Doesn't seem great.
No, I wouldn't have expected it to come in. I think part of it
Your
might be for the
format is
prevalence
probably
of...
Pia and Kieran Nalar?
That's not a...
Nope, it's an Obstinate Baloth.
Brought in the Baloth. Maybe just as a way to gain some life and try and get
He goes
beyond
to 11
this...
because he took one off his Horizon Canopy.
Yep, yep. Okay, EE is Hate for Grafdigger's Cage. That's reasonable.
That's fair.
Okay. Could we post the Kiki Chord on Tapped Out? All of our top 8 lists will be posted on our Tapped Out account, and then I will make a Reddit post that just says top 8 from Geek Fortress PPTQ kind of thing. That'll list out the top 8 decks as well. So we will be getting those for you. You will have the ability to find them. Question of Spokola exiles a Planeswalker. Say Liliana Last Hope. How many loyalty counters would you come back with when Queller leaves the field? The main
caster.
main character, it would come in with the starting loyalty counters because it is
Because
actually
you were
casting.
casting,
It's casting Liliana.
Gonna get a Thought Knot Seer.
Main character, by the way, great name. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. It's great to have you.
Play a land for turn. Toss out a Thought Knot Seer. Have Stubborn Denial back up, ready to go.
Would you please?
take
Pyrohemia
the
did
cord.
win its quarterfinals. There's a decent chance the
Take the
Pyrohemia will be
E-Wing.
on camera for our semifinals.
Yep.
So we're down to 6. We have a Thought Nuts here. We have an Obstinate Baloth looking it down, but that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Axe Slayer 27Z. Thanks
Don't-
for hitting the follow button.
We better not tell Garuk about you. But yeah, you got to be really, because even if you drop some way to trade with this Reality Smasher, you're gonna be going down to
Paul
to
also
2.
has a path ready to go.
Paul also has a path ready to go.
Yep.
It's not good.
So if Paul is able to untap, this game is over. I don't think Harry has a way to deal with a path to exile, getting rid of his Obstinate Baloth, as well as, oh geez, and an Eldrazi Displacer.
Big Mac, it's incredible having you here. Thank you so much for joining. Main character, I'm glad. It's great to have you. I hope you are enjoying it. R. Miller, thanks for hitting that follow button. And thank you to everybody who's been joining us for hitting that follow
Alright,
button,
here
for having
comes the
fun
Chord
with
of
us.
Calling, and Stubborn Denial for the Chord, and that is game. Bant Eldrazi, moving on to the semifinals.
Very, very cool.
So we'll move that one back there with the other one that lost.
All right, so let's head back up to the booth. I'm not sure if we have any other quarterfinals matches, but if nothing else, that means that the semifinals will be coming up shortly. So let's head back up to the booth. We'll see you there. Stick
Donovan
with
wants
us to all
our
640 of you. There's more Magic to come. We'll see you there. Hello, main character. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. I caught it right there at the end. It's awesome having all of you, and we have got some news being dropped
Thank
for
you,
us.
Dylan. It's very nice of you.
I just spent the weekend in California. I'm fine.
I appreciate it.
I wore a full suit in California for a day.
I figured since they just finished,
Yep.
like, you can literally feel
The heat coming out of here,
radiating,
yeah.
So there
It's
you go.
very warm.
No Merfolk today. No, there wasn't. Aerith, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. But yeah, there was no Merfolk today. It was particularly interesting. The only matchup that we're still waiting on right now.
I see Troy actually standing out there, so I'm not sure.
So it looks like it might be time
Donovan.
to move to our semifinals. Hopefully that noise isn't too much for all of you. I know it's making a lot of ambient noise. Hopefully it's not too bad. Ivanko, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It is blowing right at us. My goodness. Hopefully this helps out a lot. What do we think about Ollie land cheating? Honestly,
Who knows what happened? Like,
I will
it
say that
happens.
mistakes get made. I'd be hard pressed to believe that someone is doing something malicious until I see it, and I honestly haven't seen the video of it.
Yep. So Tron won its match.
Yep.
Okay.
Rafmar210, thank you so much for hitting the follow button. I hope you are all enjoying it. We are getting ready for the top 4. I imagine Coleman might be walking over pretty shortly to give us a little bit of information and request
Absolutely.
what we'd like to see. I don't know what we're going to be seeing, but I gotta tell you, I want to see this deck. Now, the only problem, and the only reason why I would say that we wouldn't get this deck is if it's going up against Tron,
It's going to lose.
this Boros Pyrrhemia deck will very likely lose to Tron.
So, let's see. Troy played...
Okay, so let's see what we have got.
No, Donovan will not play Troy until the last match, if it comes down to that, because the 1 and 2 seeds should be on opposite sides of the bracket.
Beautiful. Rig Jiggles, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's
what do we got?
great to have you.
They're figuring some stuff out.
Could we get Donovan for the semis?
Sure.
Because it shouldn't be
it
against
shouldn't be.
Troy, because they're 1 and 2.
If it's
and 2
against
shouldn't face 1 until...
if it's against Troy, then
We'll
that's a
check
rough
with the
one.
judge and see to make sure. But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
They're just figuring some stuff out.
Cool.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so what else have we got? Awesome channel from Rafmar. Thank you so much, and anybody else who is just joining us. It's great having you. Yeah, this is by far one of our biggest streams that we've ever done. Please make sure to join us in the future. Call me Reforced. Good harmony there. Be sure to join us because we stream 4 times a week. All times are Pacific Daylight Time. It's currently about 7:02 here in Snohomish, Washington at Geek Fortress. But every Monday at 6:30 you can join us for some sweet standard simplicity super times. Also, every Wednesday and Saturday you can join us for Modern. Wednesdays at 7 and Saturdays at 6. Sorry, I haven't arm played for a bit. I gotta get it moving. I got to get this motion going.
That's fair, I'll just move over here.
And every single Friday at 7:30, if Legacy is your poison, come pick it here at Geek Fortress on Fridays. It's always good. Xavier, maybe. Thanks so much for hitting that follow button. Let's see here.
Shark Hero, I believe that is. What's Banteldras's worst matchup other than Infect? Honestly, I don't know. Like, the Bogle's
I imagine
matchup
that
is medium.
Death Shadow Aggro can't be too great.
The Death Shadow deck is pretty good, so Suicide. There are several... so, Z Showstopper, the interesting thing about that, the people who are
Vegans.
sitting...
Thank you so much.
The people who are sitting next to the match wearing that SCG shirt typically are not actually judges these days. They're just people who are sitting there.
DJ Erics, thank you
If I
so
remember
much for
correctly.
hitting that follow button. Thank you to everybody for continuing to hit that one. Now, I did see a question. What should you run in your black-red vampire deck that you're going to build standard? I would definitely take a look at some removal spells. Make sure that Fiery Impulse is in there. It's a great one whenever you're discarding.
Okay, so Josh on the wall on Jun versus Donovan on Pyrrhemia.
That's a great one.
Alright, you can turn this away.
Yep.
That is excellent. I'm not suffering. So, we are about to look at a deck called Boros Pyrrhemia going up against Jund in the semifinals. Now, let's go ahead and prepare you all. This is going to be a red-white control deck, and it's going to be all kinds of awesome. It is running mainboard Boros Reckoner. It's running Durso. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. You, did the match just end, or are we starting the quarterfinal? We are starting the semifinals.
Indeedy-do.
It is running mainboard Boros Reckoner, Pyroclasm. It is running 3 mainboard Blood Moon. It is running 3 mainboard Core Firewalker. It is running 1 mainboard Blasphemous Act, a mainboard Swans of Bryn Argol, and 3 mainboard Pyrrhemia. What? Who is ready for this kind of just nonsense that went, I believe, undefeated in the Swiss?
Yep, he went undefeated. I believe he was...
Or he drew
he
with
was
Troy.
4-0-2.
He drew with Troy, I believe.
He drew with Troy and then drew in the last round.
So it is
He double
just
drew in the top 8.
going to be Sweet. So, let's head on down. It's going to be the semifinals. I'm hyped. Are you?
Absolutely.
Touch your palm to my palm. Yay! That's a high five. It was just really poor. Let's head on down and have some fun.
Because I can't high five with this hand for your hand. Come on.
That's okay, that's okay, that's okay, because all of them are amazing. We tried to be, but if nothing else, it's all about having a good time. We'll see you down there. All right, taking a look at these two players now. Who are you going to take for the edge here? B Nerps, thank you so much for hitting that follow button.
Honestly, I think it might be Pyrohemia.
I think that Pyrohemia has a decent chance. So, looking at this gen deck, you've got main board, Blood Moon, that does a great job against it. You have got
Core Firewalker that's good against removal spells.
Core Firewalker that's good against removal spells, not so much the creatures. But otherwise, the biggest thing is that I think Boros Reckoner is going to be a huge X factor here. Especially running things like this Pyrohemia. That's going to be huge for controlling the board of the Jund player. Now, I'm not going to say that Jund doesn't have a shot here. Their huge amount of removal means that Donovan will have a very hard time coming up with a clear-cut way to win. And I think that's going to be
get Arid Mesas, man.
Do we have a Boros Pyrohemia deck list? It'll be posted online after the event. It's going to be pretty sweet. But in the meantime, I was just running over it a little bit. But, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Colbury, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's phenomenal having you and everybody else. Thank you so much. It's worth a rah hand motion. Rah. Main character, thank you so very much. I can get that Pyrohemia, the namesake of this deck.
Absolutely. Yeah, Jund is a little bit aggressive with its own life total. Pyrohemia is not going to have an easy time taking down like a Tarmogoyf, so that means that a creature is going to be sticking around a lot of the time.
Alright.
So.
Oh, I already got your back. Silence of... Thank you so much for hitting that follow button, all caps.
I want to say that it was like Silence of Excaton.
Nice. Good job.
I'm not sure.
We hired you for this volunteering job for your ability to read usernames. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. We thought to ourselves, like,
Sorry,
okay,
I'll go ahead and leave now.
I know that we're all, volunteering, and I know that we're all, it doesn't pay much, but if you can read, it's all yours.
Let us know how you wanted us to pronounce that one.
Yeah.
I honestly am not sure.
Yeah. A2B2C4. I believe I've seen you in the chat before. It's great having you. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button.
When in doubt,
Jund them out. Oh.
It's when in doubt, C4.
Never mind.
It's just the answer.
So we've got a turn 1 Monastery Swiss player out of this deck. It is a 4-of. One of the reasons why it does run this is because he is mainboarding these Pyroclasms, and he's running this in Secret Away. Flakel, thank you so much for the follow button. But, it's great at being able to attack, drop down a Pyroclasm to sweep the board, and they both survive that through their prowess triggers. So, looks like we are going to be going down to 16.
Player, I'll be happy I didn't get either Bantel Drazi or Tron. Yeah, I think none of the matchups are good for him.
B-Moth, thank you so much. I really think that sounds like a character from an old Godzilla movie, but it's awesome having you. Like Mothra, except like B-Moth. Yeah.
Or is it B3 Moth?
No.
It's 3 moths.
B3, the most technological bees in the universe. So.
Alright, so Lightning Bolt was Josh's turn 1 play.
Going for a fetch shock to do it, though, but Donovan, I think, does have this Blood Moon in hand. And that's...
Josh doesn't have a way to stop that, like, now. If he doesn't fetch around that, it's not going to go well.
If he wants to play a 2-drop, he's in for a bad time. Granted, Donovan doesn't have a basic plains either. So, there is a potential problem there. Alright, so, what... Donovan 1 needs a basic plains and then just to drop down this button. That's going to be a great way to close this game out, but only if Josh starts going for these. So if we go for this Overgrown Tomb and then a fetch into a turn 3 play, that ain't bad.
If Josh just like fetches for a non-basic here...
Ooh.
Oh, okay, he's fetching.
So let's say we are going down to 15. We might actually be making a really wise fetch here. Now, if you are going for 1 color, what do you grab?
I'd probably green. so you can
Green?
cast Tarmogoyfs and such.
Okay, I can see an argument for that one. It also means that you're between the black and the green. I think the green is the one that's going to allow you to be proactive with your board. A lot of your black spells are double black, or they're hand disruption against
Goyf.
what you already have a problem with.
Looks to be creature instant land, so that is a 3/4.
Alright, but Josh already down to 15. A 3/4, while notable, is not quite enough. But I do really like Josh going for this. Going for this basic is really heads up play by Josh. Otherwise, we do have a Reckoner. We have a Pyroclasm.
I don't think Donovan hit a third land.
It looks like you are right, and that is hugely unfortunate. It looks like he might have some removal for this, based on what he has, but one of the...
Fetch, probably getting a basic Swamp.
Oh, that's a good point, Rocker at large. I suppose if we are talking about basics, then that Wooded Foothills isn't going to do it anyway for giving you options. Josh really doing a great job of invalidating that Blood Moon. Donovan right now, his main out is probably to do something like cast this Boros Reckoner, have it survive. Next turn, go for the Pyroclasm to do the double sweep on this Tarmogoyf, though it'll take a little bit more work on that because there's no sorcerer yet.
Correct.
And that's going to be a really big thing for Donovan
Here's
to
3
pay
and this
attention
is
to
a
if that's his
Liliana.
plan. Well, I mean, I just pitched the Blood Moon at this point. That card is
Oh
dead.
yeah, it's not doing anything
That,
for
that
you.
card is dead as dead.
Get it out of your hand.
Though it does actually pump the Tarmogoyf, notably.
It does, and he puts Blasphemous Act away.
Another sorcery, however.
That does pump the Goyf up to a 4/5.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think that Jund is about to win this game.
Yeah, I think Jund is taking game 1 at least.
We are at 14, all a swing in for 4 with this Tarmogoyf, but having both of these means that even if it does land, which I'm still surprised that we did keep that, but Donovan continuing to miss land drops, I think Josh just won.
Yep.
I think that the
You
potential
can't
for
you can't stumble like this against Jund.
True. And there are 2 Boros Reckoners in the hand.
Thought Seize. Oh.
Sorry, there are 1 Boros Reckoner in this hand.
Actually, if I'm Josh, I'm taking the Blood Moon and attacking for 5.
That's a reasonable point. Because it shortens it to a 3-turn clock as opposed to a 4-turn clock.
And as long as Josh has removal for Boros Reckoners, not a problem.
Like, say, a Liliana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Donovan can play 1, Josh just minuses Liliana, it dies.
Mm-hmm. And actually has the ability to do this twice in a row
Exactly.
if absolutely needed. So I think that you are 100% correct.
Yep.
One thing that I would have liked, have we plus Liliana yet this turn?
Has not.
I actually would have liked plussing Liliana first. Because there's a good
See
chance
what
that
he
Donovan
discards.
would have pitched a Blood Moon.
And then you could take
then-
one of the Reckoners.
Exactly. So I think that I would give them the chance to pick what they want to discard first, because now they get to make information based on your information.
An Overgrown Tomb.
It is
Going to
possible
see
that
Scavenging Ooze.
it's already been plussed, however.
No, it starts at 3 and he plussed it last turn, so he hasn't used it this turn. He may not want to plus it this turn because he wants to keep the card that's in his hand.
True.
Looks
Yeah.
like he is going to plus.
Yep. So overall, I think that probably would have been the correct play there.
And
Getting rid of the swans
Donovan
instead of...
discards Swans.
Interesting.
Attack for 5, Donovan's down to 9.
The official trip. So in the quarterfinals, we do have both of these. We've got Jund, Boros Pyrohemia,
Donovan's
Green
dead
Red
next
Tron, and Bant Eldrazi.
Donovan is dead next turn. Scavenging Ooze can eat 2 creatures, and that's an attack for 9. Oh
Yeah.
no, there's not another creature anywhere. Never mind. That shrinks the Goyf.
Yeah, but with this Liliana, I think it's fairly likely
Oh,
that
yeah,
you get the
the-
creature. So Josh has got the potential for a win next turn. Okay, so yeah, we ended up getting Tron, Boros Pyrohemia, Bant Eldrazi, and Jund in again a fairly diverse quarterfinals. A control deck, a ramp deck, and 2 would probably be classified as
Mid-range.
Mid-range, though you could really make the argument that Bant Eldrazi dips its toe into being an aggro
It's
deck.
definitely an aggro. It's like an aggressive mid-range deck.
Mm-hmm. It was actually the blue-red fairies that made it to the top 8.
Yep, it was blue-red.
And I think that's a case of, like, looking at that list, I think that it hugely comes down to, and nothing against that list in any way, but I think that a big part of what got it into the top 8 was the pilot's familiarity with the deck really led to making some smart plays.
That was a bad play, Donovan. Now you're dead.
So,
minus Liliana,
minus
eat 2 creatures, attack for 9.
minus the scavenging, minus eat it, win.
Eat 2 creatures, attack for 9.
Yep.
I mean, he only has to eat 1 now because Donovan had to fetch. So this game's over.
Yep. And we are going to be heading into
2
a
of your
game
creatures, attack
2.
you, Yep. Game 2. All right, so we went over the Jund sideboard last time, but I'll go through it one more time. We've got 1 Anger of the Gods, 1 Jund Charm, 1 Rakdos Charm, a Grafdigger's Cage, a Feed the Clan, a Chandra Pyromaster, an Olivia Voldaren, an Ancient Grudge, a Shatterstorm, a Crumble to Dust, 2 Kitchen Finks, and 3 Fulminator Mage.
So how do we feel about the sideboard here? I really like Chandra Pyromaster.
In this matchup, I think I want Chandra Pyromaster. I think I want Olivia Voldaren. The Feed the Clan might be okay, knowing that Donovan's a burn deck that's trying to burn you out.
I'm not as convinced by Olivia against a deck that is running its main threat as Boros Reckoner.
That's fair. That's fair.
I could see an argument. I think that it's just not quite as worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Kitchen Finks probably comes in.
Kitchen Finks almost definitely comes in. Its ability to survive a Pyroclasm becomes a really key point.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Chandra, especially if this Boros deck is grinding. That's just what it does. Toscad, thanks for hitting that follow button. But I think what I expect him to be doing is to try and grind it as well. So you end up taking out something like, the Huntmaster is great, the Cletus is solid. Maybe the Dark Dwellers to turn it into a Chandra. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot that I'm really eager to get, except maybe a Jund Charm for the 2+1/+1 counters to maybe try to go for a combat trick. I don't think so.
I don't think that's necessary in the deck.
But I could see someone making that choice.
Yep. All right. So what do you get from Donovan's sideboard?
So for Donovan's side in the sideboard, we've got 2 Grafdigger's Cage, a Rest in Peace, 4 Leyline of Sanctity, 1 Deflecting Palm, 2 Stony Silence, 1 Wear and Tear, 2 Outpost Siege, 2 Torpor Orb. First things first, likely 4 Leylines are cooking. It gives you an out against Liliana and Hand Disruption.
Yep.
That's your biggest plus. Rest in Peace, very likely coming in. It shrinks down those Tarmogoyfs, means that, and the Scavenger users become significantly smaller threats.
Yep.
With those 6 cards, you're already destabilizing most of Josh's core. Then
I think it's the 2 Outpost Siege, probably.
I think the Outpost Siege is a really solid
set
way.
of card advantage.
You know, you look at Chandra potentially coming in for Jund, it's the exact same thing with this Outpost Siege. They're sideboarding. Breathe. Either way, you end up, is there a deck list? Are we at that high right now? 679.
Thank you, everybody, for being in here. It's not a record because we hit 688 earlier today.
Did we?
That was our
Oh,
peak,
yeah.
was 688. So we're getting close.
Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. Pyrohemia is basically a color-shifted pestilence. But, yeah, this Outpost Siege is going to functionally be the same thing as this, which is that they're both going to be trying to draw extra cards. They're both decks without a huge amount of advantage to card advantage. Jund has Dark Confidant. That's a huge bit, so I guess I shouldn't say without a huge amount. But they're in color schemes that their main card advantage comes through this, extra looking at cards at the top. And so if they can increase the number of those when both of those... Boros Pyrohemia is going to really make it hard for Jund to establish a creature board if things go right. And Donovan is going to make it, it's going to be difficult for him to establish a creature board because both decks are so capable of clearing the board. So the one that can go the longest, the one that can see more of their library, deploy more threats, and outlive the removal of the other, I think that's going to be the player that comes ahead.
Going to win. Yep. So this should be a pretty interesting game 2. Possibly game 3 if it happens. I think Donovan had a chance in that game if he had hit his 3rd land on time.
Yes, the basics, going for the basics early on, I expect those to be coming out initially for the ley lines. Josh was just onto him from the beginning. It's not going to be worth it to try and get cute.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's... Also, as a quick note, thank you so much to everybody who is joining us. My name's TJ.
And I'm Bryce.
We're streaming from Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington. We genuinely appreciate you all joining us. If you're brand new, let us know in the chat. I'd love to welcome you by name. Be sure to hit that follow button. But I want to just take a quick moment and say thank you to the... Are you ready for this number?
Sure.
230 people who have hit the follow button today.
Wow. That's
insane.
Thank you, everyone. Who
At
has
least
hit the
I'm
follow
almost
button
positive.
today.
Did you open this window
I
today?
opened that one when we started today.
We have gotten 230 follows today. Oh my goodness. is fund. Thanks, Patrick.
Bomb Dog 1244. Thanks for the follow.
As always, if you aren't sure, I've been saying it a lot, but we do stream 4 times a week. If you don't know that schedule, definitely ask. I'll happily let you know what it is again. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone for being a part of this. This is...
Thank you, Rafmar. We greatly appreciate that.
Dawn Freak, great name. Thank you so much for joining us. But Rafmar, We like to think so. We're going to keep on going. We're going to try and get in a Twitch partnership soon. Basically, the next free time that I have is going to go towards getting a partnership, which should answer Surdy Surf.
Surdy Cert.
Yep. I don't know what that means. Do you?
TJ looks like GT.
I don't know.
Jerry Thompson, maybe?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay. But,
Oh, they need more hand gestures, TJ.
you need more hand gestures. I got them. Because Bryce is here in the booth, and he is willing to back out of the way. So we're going to be looking at this Boros Parahemia deck. The deck that is wanting to raise the ground Uber Vader.
Nope.
Wow. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button, but he is trying to sweep the board, clear it out, make sure that nothing actually sticks. When does he want to get this Pyrohemia? When the job is done and the board is clear. But, Smokin' Joe, it's great to see you. Also, the bat is dead. Doc Piggy?
Piggy.
Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Going up against Jund, the mainstay. Oh, okay, I know who that is. But going up against Jund, the unbeatable, the unbreakable, the banned 3 times?
Uh-huh.
Twice, I think, officially. Jay, Seth, thank you so much for hitting the follow button. We have got some ideas for emojis, but the survivor, the one who transgresses metas, the one who goes through it and finds a way to the top of the meta, no matter where they are.
Inquisition.
The Mr. Rogers of the Ultimate Showdown, always finding the way to the top.
Dark Slaughter with the follow, thank you very much.
I like your art. Going up against Donovan. The man who wants nothing to do with creatures.
Get them all out of here.
What do we play for Modern? Burn, Infect, Affinity, working on building either Green Red Tron or Merfolk, Scape Shift, 8-Rack, Lantern Control, Delver occasionally. Stuff.
Yep. I play one of 3 decks, either Infect, Band Eldrazi, or Jaskine Hero.
All sweet decks.
Oh, yeah.
I pretty much love almost every Modern deck.
Donovan's going to attack for 1. Puts himself 17 to put his opponent to 19.
It's totally worth it.
Good old burn start. Okay, Thoughtseize is going to be Josh's play on turn 1.
This is bold. I like it.
So Donovan kept a 2-lander, but he's
kept in the core Firewalkers.
Firewalker.
Oh my
Bolt,
goodness.
Swift Spear. I think if I'm Josh here, I'm just taking, like, Bolt?
Troy has turned 3 Wormcoil, Paul has Path into Smasher. Oh my goodness. You just want a Jonas that plays Tibble?
Alright, I'll tie it up 1-1.
Beta Sean, you and I
Beta
can get
Eldrazi.
behind that.
Come on, Eldrazi.
So, a Swift Spear, a Bolt, and 2
Justice beat
core
up with the ball,
Firewalkers.
thanks very much.
I mean, at this point, what do we even
I take the Bolt.
I like that.
Yep.
It keeps out down the Pro S triggers. It means that he's not going to be gaining life. Next turn, I guess, drop 1 down. It's not going to get through the creatures very well, but it is going to give you a decent amount of...
Looks like he drew a Temple of Triumph.
I'd probably rather play that
The
as my
monkey,
third land.
why? Thanks for hitting the follow button.
Or do you like playing down the temple, trying to get to an actual threat?
Yeah,
and going for
I
the double
think
Swift
I'm
Spear?
going to Swift Spear, attack for 2, tap Temple.
The Monkey Y, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. We appreciate you. You are a rock star. You are the champion, and as is everyone else. All of you are incredible. We appreciate you endlessly. Clearly, I've been trying to make an effort to make sure that all of you are aware of that. But, like, interacting with the viewership is the biggest, longest standing rule of this chat. We started off with basically 2 viewers, and the main concept was let's stream and make sure that we interact with the chat. We have done our absolute best. I feel like we've done a good job,
Oh, there's Tarmogoyf.
and we have worked to keep that tradition going. And so we want to make sure that you all know that you are appreciated, because you are the reason that this stream even exists. So,
Dio Von Karma, no. Black doesn't need that card. Single black instant, deal 3 damage to target creature and you gain 3 life? No.
love it.
Ew.
Absolutely love it. Is it standard to leave in Thoughtseize against a burn deck? It depends on what you are bringing in. Usually, the 2 damage is better than the 3, especially if you are worried about a particular card. I won't say it's a must to take out. It's not a bad idea to pull.
Okay, so we're going to see Core Firewalker come down. And Donovan might just jam with these Swift Spears since he drew a Bolt this turn. That way he can take out the Tarmogoyf if it blocks.
The Tarmogoyf at a 3/4, already an instant in the graveyard. I kind of like that idea.
Yep. So just going to jam the Swift Spears.
Apparently, their communication was
like
that he
Josh
blocked.
was I block.
Ricky LS28, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. We appreciate you joining us. It is awesome to have you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Donovan does gain 1 life from his Firewalker.
So, that's true. That's true. That core Firewalker really going to put him outside the reach. Rocks a lot. Thank you so much. Saying that out loud,
Rocks
the name
a
is
lot.
way cool. Man, we rocks a lot.
Goyf is indeed dead. It blocked and then got bolted.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a 3/4 Goyf that had 3 damage marked on it and took 2 damage.
There was, in fact, a block.
Yes. We assume that is what happened. Well,
So,
Pyroclasm.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Attack you for 4?
Absolutely
Okay,
beautiful.
Pyrorhemia doing its thing. This is what he's doing. This is what is going.
Like, note the interaction between casting a Pyroclasm when you have a two toughness creatures, and they both survive. Sleeper,
Turn
yes.
gets negated. Oblivion Stone is the follow-up. Oof.
Ooh, do you go for the minus? Looks like it.
Okay, minus Lily.
I'm ditching the core Firewalker.
I have a second one in hand, yeah.
I've got another one in hand. I can drop that one.
I can kill Lily. Okay.
Ooh,
sure.
and we are liking that core Firewalker.
Okay,
Interesting.
Sure. Why not? Sounds good to me.
Interesting. Okay.
Alright, the attack's going to take down Liliana, and we're going to see the second core Firewalker come down.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So. Sure. Not sure what the straw poll is.
No idea.
If one of the mods wants to look into that really quickly
Yeah,
for
take
me.
a look at us. Take a look at that. An attack for 4. Josh is down to 4.
Axler
And a
Wetlands.
Spellskite comes down.
Godless Shrine. This is solid. This is really good.
This is very good for for Donovan. Oh, okay. Josh has a Kitchen Finks. It's going to gain him 2 life up to 6, and Josh may be pulling himself back in.
Donovan does have access to Path if he draws it. Anything else? A Treetop Village is on the battlefield. Yes, to Phalanx.
Looks like a Monastery Swift Spear.
Judging by the fact that
Gain
there was
2
a
life.
timeout, I'm going to assume that it wasn't a particularly relevant straw poll.
Mm-hmm.
Would be my guess. Oh, and we have got a Pyroclasm coming down. A bolt then targeting at the N squared. Thank you so much for hitting the follow button. Oh, Agent CM, that was clever. Good job. You win. You win. Snap Empty Wallet. Yes, we will be posting the top 8 deck lists onto both our onto our typed out account, and I will be making a Reddit post as soon as I can, listing out the top 8 decks.
So Donovan going up to 23 off of the lightning bolt from his opponent.
Yep. The Monastery Swift Spear, I assume the target.
Bolt's going at the Swift Spear, yep.
Now
Which
we-
I think Donovan should be more than happy to pay 2 life to send that over to the Spellskite, right?
You end up losing the Spellskite.
Yeah,
But I'm okay with
But
that.
then you're attacking with 3 2-power creatures, and the Kitchen Finks has to jump in the way of 1. No, it's going to come back and gain him 2 life. It's going to go up to 8. It doesn't have to block, but I would bet that it blocks.
You know what? It is going to put him up to 8. It's going to be a 2-1, and it means that it can't.
Donovan's back up to 23 because of the Pyroclasm triggers from the Firewalkers.
So we're up to 8 on Josh, and I think,
Yep.
you know, we're going to be hitting for 4.
Yep,
If Donovan
'cause
attacks, and you're going to be trading with
Walk
the
a
core
Firewalker.
Firewalker.
All right.
But you can't trade with the Swiss Spear, because it's up to a
It's a
2-3. So
Well, it's a
we're
2-3
back-
with 2 damage marked on it.
True.
So you could have traded with Swift.
True.
Josh-
Rules the Mick. Thank you so much for hitting the follow button.
Josh is staring at a Terminate in his hand.
And it can't
And it's
hit this
looking at
core
that Firewalker like, come on, man.
Rules the Mick, thank you so much for hitting the follow button. It's great having you. To After the Lion, yes, this is a pretty sweet deck.
Okay, Troy draws a Karm, is unable to cast it, and goes for a map into the 3rd Tron. Okay, come on, Eldrazi, you can do this.
Vexbox, it's great to see you. Brute Z, I've been hyping this up for weeks.
Yeah, how did you not know?
It's the Modern Preliminary Pro Tour Qualifier. You're
What,
joining us
what?
in the semifinals. We're going to have the finals afterwards, and we're still going to be streaming 4 times a week.
all day, every day.
Hey,
well,
Coleman.
Not all day, 4 times a week.
Coleman, if you're out there, can you bring me a bottle of water by any chance? Thank you. Do you want one?
I have water.
Ah, okay.
I bring water because I'm smart.
So, we are down to 3 for Josh. We have the Treetop Village. It's going for a block here. We have a Terminate taking down the Monastery Swiss Spear, and we are grinding back into this game. Donovan getting a little bit greedy,
Yeah.
forgetting about that Treetop Village.
Yep, I think Jun might have this now.
Mm-hmm.
He's stabilized. I mean, a lightning bolt off the top for Donovan
There's
is
so
still great.
many. There's so many things that Donovan can draw. He's
Yep.
got a playset of Helix. Vexbox, it is so good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's a Seeker of the Way.
Hey, works for me.
And that's going to get terminated.
Never mind, it doesn't work for anybody.
All right, so
Are we at
Josh has a lot to
693?
work through.
We are at
695.
we have a
Look at
registered
us.
695.
Look at us go. Nice to see all of you. Thank you for being here.
You are all amazing.
Activate Rage and Ravine, attack you.
We've got a clock.
We're off and running. This is a race. What is Donovan able to top deck? A Lightning Helix, a Lightning Bolt, a Monastery Swift Spear would be okay.
I mean, next turn we're looking at a potential swing for 8. This is a 2. It's the Lightning Helix!
Oh my god! That just happened. That just happened.
That's right.
It's only the is.
Classic replays now. Sorry, that opportunity was way
You
too
can't
obvious.
pass that one up. Come on.
Oh man, it's a
Yeah,
classic.
the slow roll Helix.
That was such a classic moment. It's the Lightning Helix!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Great moments in Magic commentary. Replayed by us. Is this deck sweet? Absolutely it is. We are at 699. We
So
are
close.
we are
So
about
close.
to break into a brand new threshold.
700.
We have
We've
never
hit 700.
we have never been to 700. Oh.
Never been to 700 town, people.
Thank you so much everyone who's been a part of this. My name's TJ.
And I'm Bryce.
If you're brand new, be sure to hit that follow button. It's up there or it's over there. It's definitely worth hitting. We stream 4 times a week in addition to these occasional Sundays for larger tournaments, and it is
Absolutely.
always so much. I love it. I love being back here. I don't regret it.
We're happy you're back, TJ. We're happy you're back.
Right?
Yup.
Oh my goodness! I've been gone since Thursday, and it felt weird.
I will back.
Oh,
BD Saint 13, thanks for the follow.
oh man. You're glad that our commentary has moved past the Helix moments? Thank you very much.
I sounded just like Randy.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, I am glad to be back.
Let me hop on my phone and get us 700. BD Saint popping up again.
Vexbox, thank you so much. I suppose I'll mention it, though we are working on getting a Twitch partnership down the line, but there is a donate button at the bottom if you'd like. We are at 713. High five me, Bryce. Whoa. I can't handle it. Thank you so much for everyone for getting us here. We've never had this many viewers before.
Woo.
I appreciate it.
Good day.
Whoa, my goodness. Thank you. If you're brand new, let us know. We'll happily welcome you. Thank you for getting us here.
Absolutely.
You are all phenomenal. Oh, and also let us know if you found us from that Reddit post. I'd be curious if people are still finding us from that.
What's going on with that Reddit post? Let's go take a look there.
I don't know.
haven't looked
I
at
don't
it
know.
a bit.
But I think there's 6 comments last time I checked.
We're up to 9 comments and 50 upvotes.
Zachariah, 50 comments?
50 upvotes.
Oh.
9 comments.
9 comments. Thank you so much. How many people? We had 38 people here. Joshing, 87. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. We should have a modern PPTQ more often. Hey, Secro.
We have them as often as we can.
X-Cycro. Yes. But, MS Office Assistant Clippy, it looks like you're trying to get a Twitch partnership. Would you like some help?
Jehocut 06.
Thank you so much. Oh, this is awesome. But thank you for all joining from Reddit. If you do want to put a comment on that at all, I seriously do appreciate that. Thank
Coleman,
you
do we
so
have an
much.
update on the Tron Van Eldrazi
That is amazing.
match?
But thank you everyone for being a part of this. If you want to toss a comment in there, if you want to hit the follow button, we try really hard to put on a good show for all of you.
Yeah, MS Office isn't Clippy. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's something that we're really proud of that we're able to produce, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep trying to improve it. Mike Ark, I'm Joe.
Mikar Kangho, I'm going to go with.
Wow. Well, no, we haven't gotten partnered yet. We
We're
are
working
working
on
on it. We are actively putting effort into it right now.
That is close in the future.
It
Not
is-
far in the future. Close.
Yep. So, we how many rounds?
Monsford with the follow. Thank you very much.
We had 6 rounds and then a cut to top 8.
6 rounds.
6 rounds. As for anybody who I will be answering pretty much all of those comments. Thank you to
Absolutely.
everybody who is putting things in there. I'm looking at it.
How we're not partners crazy? It's because we haven't really done the paperwork.
We've been
World
trying to
Breaker
make sure
wins
that we
again.
have all of our ducks in a row.
There you go.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wait, Paul wins.
World Breaker. Bant Eldrazi.
So Bant Eldrazi is in the finals. This is a great matchup no matter what, actually. And
Yeah.
Eldrazi beating Tron is pretty impressive.
Paul's only loss on the day so far is to Donovan.
Oh, I want to see that finals. I want to see that finals so bad. I can taste it. Oh, man. How was the Tron Bant Eldrazi match? I'd actually give it to Tron, personally.
It typically goes to Tron, but if Eldrazi is able to get the fast start of, like turn 2 Thought Nazi or turn 3 Reality Smasher,
It's fast.
no one really beats that anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, we are really working. Okay.
Tron won game 1, and then games 2 and 3 were won by Bant Eldrazi.
Alright, as we're getting into this, I'm going to really quickly sum up this Boros Pyrrhemia deck for anybody who's brand new.
Sure.
Red-White Control, it is running 4 mainboard Boros Reckoner, but its namesake is Pyrrhemia. Pyrrhemia, the color-shifted Pestilence.
Nataba, thanks for the follow.
Nataba, thank you so much. We've also got mainboard 4 Pyroclasm, a 1 mainboard Blasphemous Act. We have got 4 mainboard Reckoners. We've got a full set of Bolts and Path to Exile, 3 mainboard Blood Moon, a Swans of Bryn Argol in the mainboard, 1 Monastery Mentor, 2 Seeker of the Way, 3 Core
Chat
Firewalker.
spam Baby Rage, thanks for the follow.
Thank you so much for the follow. Basically, a red-white control deck that excels against creature-based strategies.
Shade of Hades, yes. Hierarch is a 4 of in the Eldrazi deck.
But it is basically the entire deck is just designed to hate on especially red-based, but creature-based strategies. It just eliminates the field. It's great against aggro decks, which is what Donovan originally tooled it for. And yeah, it's just the sweetest thing.
We're off and running. A shock for turn 1 from Josh, representing Lightning Bolt pretty heavily here. And Donovan just plays a land of the
PDP TJR. Thank you so much for that follow. We appreciate it hugely. An Inquisition happening, Donovan.
PDPT Junior.
I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if that was like an initialism for like, because last time we had the TJ Rogers. Calm down. I see TJR at the end of it, and I'm like,
You're like,
is this a message to me that I should understand?
life totals. Yep, we've got 18 to 20.
So we are looking
so
at.
Inquisition probably going to take a bolt.
We can't take the Pyrrhemia.
Can't take Pyrrhemia.
Otherwise, we've got 2 creatures and a path. Joking. Thank you so much
Hole.
for hitting the follow button. It's awesome. Do Josh play Grim Flayer? No.
I don't believe so.
Sorry,
I'm
Fabio
gonna look
Dorico,
this
I'm
up
sorry
real
that
quick.
I did not see that
No.
before, but does not play Grim Flayer.
Yeah, no, he does not play Grim Flare.
I haven't seen that one really break out into Gen 2, which I'm not convinced by yet, unless you are also running Liliana.
DJR2, thanks for the follow.
Thank you so much for joining the Fortnites, everybody.
One soul to watch the stream. And Vexbox, I
accept
saw you
those.
say earlier that you had an online game that you might advertise for us for. If you want to tell people about us, we're more than happy to accept any kind of advertising you guys want to do. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your bitter enemy. Who
That's
knows?
Chromatic Blast. Chromatic Blast is back. Thank you so much again, Chromatic Blast. You remain the highest donating viewer of the stream. We are still working on figuring out what would actually be worthy of that kind of donation for a giveaway. I've got a couple of ideas in my mind, but I'm still working it through.
X Krempus, thanks for hitting the follow button.
Beautiful, great name. Oh man, Severed Conspiracy, good to see you again. And yeah, it's just awesome. Meldrick seems very similar to your old Scred deck. Use Boros Reckoner and Blasphemous Act. Yes, but this one actually doesn't run any snow permanents.
Nope. It runs a single Swans of Bryn Argol, though.
It does run a single Swans, which we saw get him a win earlier by someone attacking into it with infinite damage.
That was so sad, and I feel so bad for Peter that he didn't understand how Swans works. But that was
Xbox,
just like,
we
oof.
appreciate you. Have a good day. How many followers have we gotten today? Captain Khalil,
Captain Khalil.
not including the ones that have not registered yet. We are at
257.
257. Oh, 57. 257. RUL's The Mick. We are located in Snohomish, Washington. My name's TJ.
I'm Bryce.
Always feel free to hit that follow button, both for the stream or for on Twitter. I will let you know every time that we are streaming at Red Baron MTG. I assume that you post things occasionally as well.
Every now and then I post things about, like magic and stuff.
Gotcha. I post on there a lot more
Most-
related to the
most
stream.
of what I do.
So,
Every now and then I post about D&D.
otherwise we end up taking the core Firewalker. It's an interesting choice. Rob Lore, thank you so... Rob Lore. Or
Rob Lore.
Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. But, it's, taking out that core Firewalker is interesting, and I think it really signals that Josh has got something along the lines
Josh
of...
has a bunch of red removal.
Josh
and
has
no
got
creatures.
either Terminates, Anger the Gods, Jun Term, something that is going to be... Einska. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. So,
That was a long Inquisition, just like the Spanish one.
ooh, nice one. Nice one. Solid lols from me. Wait. So, otherwise we have a Clifftop Village coming down. We've got the...
Spear.
Now, we did and honestly, yeah, I kind of have to expect the Bolt as well, because the Bolt was also extremely signaled.
Oh yeah, by the turn 1 shock myself to keep up a bolt, yeah.
Okay.
All the Chain Lightning follows. You are right, Chromatic Blast. We've gotten a lot of follows today.
We have gotten huge
We're at
amount.
723
Link
now?
608284, thank you so much. I keep saying it, and I can't express how thankful I am to all of you.
Absolutely.
This is absolutely incredible, and I hope to see you all
There's
more in the
Tarmogoyf,
future
which is a
over the course of
4/5.
all those streams. I'd love to see this stream take off because the community for it is just one of the best I've
Winged
seen.
Yeti.
You are all some of the
Thanks for the
best
follow.
viewers and chatters and just people hanging out that I've ever encountered. So keep doing you, and we'll try and get there.
In our opinion, why would you play Boros Pyrrhemia over Burn? They are different decks.
They're very different decks. One is a control deck, one is an aggro deck. One hates on creature strategies, the other one hates on. I guess it's a little.
I
bit
have a
of
tough
mid-range.
time calling Pyrrhemia a control deck when it plays Monastery Swift Spear.
Okay, maybe like a funky tempo.
It's like an aggro control.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that weird combo of like aggressive controllingness. So,
As far as I would love to see the stream take off as I hit 700 plus viewers, I suppose that's fair, but honestly, I guess I've honestly always felt like we've been like successful with what we have.
Mhm.
I'm just never like sure at what point we've like hit it big. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Are we one of the streams that like people know of when they go on Twitch? Are we like
I don't
what-
know. It's possible we're getting there.
I feel like I feel like we're
But
still
a Boros
somewhere in the middle of the
is
pack.
Donovan's play, and
I love this
Josh
Reckoner.
going to take a fetch. Josh has he has a Liliana in hand.
Mm-hmm. Liliana ain't bad. the
Card's decent.
The card is much like Dylan.
I've heard it's okay.
The card is just like Dylan. It doesn't suck. Oh man, Stu Kachu, I couldn't agree with you more. The chat in here is incredible.
I've said it many times. DJ said it many times. Our Twitch chat is the best Twitch chat.
Tox Rock Socks. I may have to repronounce that, but thank you so much. I'll have to We might be on the
Denny
front
Rock
page.
Socks.
Denny Rock Socks.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
the
so
follow.
much. It's awesome having you. We might be on the front page. That sounds exciting. Granitically Grow Tomdon, thank you so much. Kill Art, I really appreciate it. Chromatic Blast,
Blood Moon.
thank you. Blood Moon is a saucy meatball.
After bolting the Liliana deck.
I'm surprised that Blood Moon stayed in for all the way to game 3.
Chat is okay. Mods could be better. You're right, Guy Montags. You should improve that.
Rocker at Large, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Beta Sean, thank you so much. Southern Sludge Corex. Oh, thank you so much. Oh man, this is
Can't be on the front page without partner. You're right. You right. Okay, Tarmogoyf Liliana.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I am excited, but we're gonna try and get to the part.
Plug
portion soon.
David.
Also, thank you to David Bradbury. He put together the entire layout.
Everything you see. I'm gonna go a little Mufasa here. Everything you see was created by David Bradbury.
Yes, especially the shadows,
Indeed.
because he casts a big shadow over us with his technical prowess. Huh? There we
Yeah,
go.
that works.
Nice. So
That works.
the Boros Reckoner meeting a sad fate
So
to
I like
this
that
Liliana.
Liliana came down and did not do anything. Did not plus, did not minus. It just came down.
That is particularly interesting. So what are we looking
He
to
likes
be in
the
the
card
hand?
in his hand.
Absolutely, and there's nothing to
It
really
might
minus
be.
for. Omni1, thank you so much for hitting the follow button.
I think it's just Omni.
Thank you so much for hitting the follow button, Omni. It's great to have you. Okay, does he have double black?
Yes, he does. He has 2 swamps.
Yep, 2 basic swamps.
And Pyrohemia in play. How big is this Goyf? Gentleman, sir, thanks for the follow. We've got instant creature land. I know we've got sorcery and planeswalker. Instant creature land, sorcery,
Maelstrom
planeswalker.
Pulse.
I think we've got a 5/6 Tarmogoyf.
Southern Sledge, thank you so much. We do have Modern every Wednesday and every Saturday. It's worth checking it out.
And enchantment, we might be at 6. This might be a 6/7 Goyf.
This might be a big
That's
one.
a large Goyf.
Uh-huh.
And so we're currently at 18 to 17, and Donovan's about to fall to 12.
Chromatic Blast, it's also, David also made the transition. So, he gets credit for that one as well. And actually, we're working on the layout 4.0 as it currently sits. Okay. But yeah, with it's a lot of good stuff happening. Ryan, it is good to
There's
see
a
you
little bit
again.
of Eldarin.
So that did come in.
And attack for 6. Down to 6 is Donovan.
Interesting.
We are about to see a Jund versus Bant Eldrazi finals.
Interesting. How long ago was it? It was the last time that we did one of these. Chaos, thank you so much for the update. Apparently
that's it.
we are the top
Alright.
stream at the moment.
Jund versus Bant Eldrazi finals. Stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to come back up to the booth real quick. I'm going to talk while TJ types, and we'll give you a little rundown of what's going to go on, and then we'll get right into the finals for you guys.
Jund versus
Bant
Bant.
Eldrazi.
That is gonna be awesome. So, alright, let's head on up and have some fun. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Say hello.
Hello!
Hi, my name's TJ.
I'm Bryce.
We're streaming from Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington, having a blast doing it. What does Jund amount mean? It means that you're running the deck called Jund, which tends to have the 3 colors of black, red, green. Jund amount is just a phrase of when you grind them out of the game by using the Jund strategy.
Jund took the match, Time Knight.
Jund took it. Currently, we are the top stream, beating some people who I don't normally expect to. So thank you so
I
much.
pretty well respect those guys. So.
Finals are about to begin. We are
Finals
going
gonna
to.
start.
I guess I don't need this one, and now I
Nope,
need
need this one right here.
this
so
one.
Put this over
But
here.
thank you so much for joining. Be sure to hit that follow button. Quick notes: we stream 4 times a week, Pacific time. It's currently 7:48 here in Snohomish, Washington, at Geek Fortress. Every Monday at 6:30 we stream Standard. Every Wednesday we stream Modern at 7, along with every Saturday at 6.
Okay, we're setting
Modern.
them up.
We also have Friday every 7:30.
All facing
Legacy.
All We're good.
Paulie going up against
Thank you.
Josh.
Flappy Fish, thanks for the follow.
Okay, and this is gonna be Bant by
Bant
Paul.
Eldrazi from Paul, and then Jund from Josh.
Flappy Fish, thank you so very much. Let's head on down for the finals. Let's get that updated. I can't
Let's
tell you who's
rock
excited.
this out.
Dankamist, thank you so much for hitting that now. It's time to call your shots as soon as we close that door. Who do you give the final win to?
I think I like Eldrazi here.
Do you?
Yes.
I think that, I think I would, but I'm actually going to give it to Jund. I think that the right Jund hand is, I mean, they both kind of come down to, they're both grindy decks. One's a little bit faster, but a bit more inconsistent. Bant is a little bit more inconsistent. Jund is the consistent mainstay. I'm going to give it to Jund for that consistency.
Okay.
Mara, thank you so much.
Let's head on down,
Okay,
and then
that's
I'll
all.
answer the commander question, GS player. So many things to click.
I know it. I know
GS
it.
player, you asked if we play commander. I do play commander off and on.
I used to a lot, and now I don't too often.
Yeah, I haven't played it in quite some time, but I used to play it a lot.
So, this is what we've got. It's going to be a blast. I hope you are all enjoying it, but this is the finals. And remember, if you are going to GP Portland and you want to come, give us the opportunity to meet you. Be sure to join us at Pizza Schmitza. It's about 3 blocks away from the venue for GP Portland on the 12th of August, the Friday before at 7 o'clock. Many of us from this stream will be there having some pizza, having a good time. If you want us to come by, come hang out.
I don't know if I'm going to have pizza. I might have Schmitza.
That's true. We'll probably bring some decks with us. Some people requested that we bring some decks to maybe get some games in. Anything else?
Hey, why not?
Please do join us and have some food. And also, as a quick note, remember to also check out the Todd Stevens MTG stream next Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific. I will actually be doing a guest appearance kind of thing on there, where I'll be doing some like commentary over Todd Stevens' play.
Yeah.
While he's doing it
So
for
you
some
can
standard
hype some stuff up.
I'll be
with the
hyping it
hand
up.
motions.
I'll be hyping it up. Yeah, I'm so. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here.
Yep.
Okay, so I think Commander is starting to lose popularity. I don't know. I think it's just staying in the
There's
underground.
1-6.
I think it's just hard to see from the people who dive into the competitive. I think that's the main thing. Is like
Yeah.
ever since I dove into competitive, it's harder to find Commander. But I do know that when I was playing it, it was easy to find.
Donka missed. I'm thinking about getting into Modern, isn't it? Just gonna hear you good. Go ahead.
Untapped Island, you rock! Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Take it away.
All right, Donka missed. Just gonna hear you is definitely a great deck. If you're planning on getting into it, great one to start playing. It's pretty straightforward as far as decks go. It's not super complicated in most areas. So, yeah.
Dankamist, here's my biggest piece of advice to you. 1, proxy the deck up, test it a lot, make sure that it's going to be fun for you, because the Magic doesn't make sense to play if you're not having fun. So make sure that you have the opportunity to see if you like it. But, that being said, you're right. Just Gonna Hear You is a great deck to invest in, because
Inquisition.
every single card in that deck is a staple.
Ooh. Inquisition, either Noble Hierarch or Ancient Turns. I think you take the Ancient
A
Turns.
sketchy hand.
Yeah, well, this is a mold of 6.
Yeah.
Paul did keep on top. It looks like a Reality Smasher, so we might have a turn 3 Smasher.
Mm-hmm. So this,
We're
I mean,
going to see Noble Hierarch.
a solid draw. A really good draw there. But overall, a really unusual
Another
keep
Inquisition,
for
not
Paul.
going to hit anything.
Though we do now have knowledge of the
Smasher.
Smasher. Which means that we might keep a removal
Oh.
spell from going further Noble Hierarch. Save it so we can discard something like that.
Alright,
Okay.
we're going to see an Eldrazi Temple come down from Paul, maybe? Nope. Looks like a tapped Temple Garden and an
The
attack for
rarely
1.
seen attack for
Get in
1
there.
by the Noble Hierarch,
Get in
really
there,
earning
Hierarch.
its nobility.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal.
2 mana for a Tarmogoyf. This is a 1/2. We have sorceries.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And ready, set, smash.
Excuse me.
Boom.
Have you smashed recently?
I believe that Josh is down to
14.
13
13
from something.
from something.
Who knows? We're gonna go with it. Oh,
There's
Exalted.
Thank you. Exalted. Hierarch
Alright.
dealing damage. Totally missed on Exalted. We are awful.
We're terrible at this.
Yeah, we are.
We should just quit.
Also, in honor of Tom Ross, we should really call it the Smusher. So the Reality Smusher coming
Reality
in
Smusher.
and really smushing Josh.
Josh has a Terminate.
Okay. Did I break my rule?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think you said anything wrong.
Okay. My bad if I did. We try to be family friendly here.
Who knows? So a Terminate gonna go after that. We're gonna discard a Swamp.
So,
And so that's gonna put Goyf up to a 3/4.
yeah.
No, that adds 3 things. That's a 4/5 Goyf now. Down to 16 goes Paul, and a Smasher off the top would be great.
Yes, it
nope,
would.
That's not it.
You are not wrong.
Spellskate's fine too. Drowner of Hope next turn would be fine.
Another swing for 1. Tebin, to explain it, Tom Ross actually calls it the Reality Smusher.
Yep.
And a swing back
attack
for
for
4.
4.
Looks like we were trading blows. We're at...
They should both be at 12.
we should be... Josh is at 12 after taking 1 from the Noble Hierarch. We're gonna... And that was a...
Animate. Whoops.
It was kind of a sloppy attack by Paul.
And he's got just lands, and it looks like we're looking at a game 2.
Yep. And I think that's just the way that it goes sometimes.
That's just the way it is.
Discarded a second Black Source. True fact. True fact. But it looks like John still worked it out.
We're still going.
Yep.
No, we're still playing. He was just showing him 2 lands in hand.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
That weirded me out.
I thought that was a
Not
concession.
But Huntmaster comes in, gaining Josh 2 life. He should be at 13 now because he fetched for it. No, he fetched and shocked and then gained 2, so he's at 11. It's 11-0.
Okay, man, that was
Showing off his hand of nothing, and we are good to go. We are on to game 2.
okay. So now we do have the concession. We're going to be going to
So,
Game
Bantel
2.
Drazi's sideboard, we've got 2 Engineered Explosives, 2 Graph Digger's Cage, a Rest in Peace, 2 Negate, 2 Stony Silence, a Dismember, a Timely Reinforcements, a Fracturing Gust, 2 World Breaker, and a Stubborn Denial. I think in this matchup I want Engineered Explosives, Dismember, the World Breakers, and maybe like Negate or Stubborn Denial. It depends, but I'm probably not cutting any of my removal spells for those. So
Slowly Crashing, if you could thank them for me, that's pretty kind of them.
Oh, did they agree to the result for the game?
Apparently. So I appreciate them for...
I would guess it went to Josh.
At
If
least-
Paul doesn't play often.
I appreciate them for at least being kind enough to jump
To
on
play it out
and put on a
for us,
show. Yeah. Okay, so... what else have we got? Under 700.
Oh, no.
That's the way that it goes sometimes. We reached for the stars. We reached for the stars. Okay.
Still going well though.
Still going great.
It's all good.
Yeah, we're still solid. Okay, so from this Bantel Eldrazi.
That's
from Jund. Anger the Gods, Jund Charm, Rakdos Charm, Grafdigger's Cage, Feed the Clan, Chandra Pyromaster, Olivia Voldaren, Ancient Grudge, Shatterstorm, Crumble Dust, Kitchen Finks, Fulminator Mage. Not a lot is great here.
Kitchen Finks and maybe Fulminator Rage, of course. I would definitely
Fulminator,
bring
Kitchen
Fulminator
Finks.
Rage.
I could see an argument for Olivia.
Olivia might be fine.
I could see Olivia, if you're planning on the game going late, to actually take over some of those creatures. I think it's unlikely, however.
Yep.
So I think that most likely we'll see some Kitchen Finks, maybe some Fulminator Mages. And if we're feeling particularly rare, much like a steak, then maybe a Crumble the Tusk. But
And Sanis, how you do a split at competitive REL, you can say exactly one word. Split?
or you
that's
can
it.
call a judge over and have them basically...
Have them walk you through it, but
Yes.
you have to be very careful about it.
you have to-
And don't ever be like, hey, if I say this within earshot of your opponent, don't ever do that. It's
Yes.
just a bad plan.
Would Josh take out some Inquisitions against this deck?
I think
yes.
Inquisition definitely comes out.
Yep. Yep. So, let's see here. What?
How many players were there for this?
38.
You, Darth Quinzo? 38, yep.
38. Okay. Tetsuo, it's basically if you're going to call the judge for split, do it away from the table.
Yeah.
So step away from the table.
Step away and then talk to the judge if you would like to.
Yep. You call over the judge and explain what your situation is, and you ask exactly what it is that you are allowed to do. Your judge is there to... I mean, they don't want you to get DQ'd. They want you to be able to...
They don't want to DQ anyone. That's paperwork for them.
Yeah.
They go to things to tell you how things happen,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. They don't want to DQ people.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't call judges, they call me.
Turn one Noble Hierarch, that's a good way to say that. Thank you as a judge for weighing in on that.
I like that.
Regardless of the outcome of our match, would you like to split?
Yeah, absolutely. I can appreciate that one. Okay, but otherwise, I think that Jund pulls out a great game there. I think the biggest issue, however, is that Paul had a terrible hand.
Paul had a bad keep, unfortunately.
Yep.
All right, so Dismember definitely came in, and we are going to 6 for Paul.
That's rough. That's rough to do it twice in a row. I absolutely agree. Which is why you should go away from the table.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they won't DQ you. They don't want to do it. That's not what they're there for. That's not what they're wanting to do.
Puppy Master, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. I am so thrilled by just the fact that we have had such a successful stream today.
And down to 5 goes Eldrazi. This is not looking good.
This is huge.
Mulliganing against Jund is not fun.
And thank you to the 8 people who put comments out onto the Reddit post.
What?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you. How many Inquisitions does Jund play, and how many would be taken out for this game? So, the number of Inquisitions is opposed to Thoughtseizes. We've got 4 Inquisition and 2 Thoughtseize. That's a pretty traditional split these days. It's the more painless one. Kind of, if you're expecting an aggro-heavy meta, you go for the 4 Inquisition. If you start expecting things like the big mana decks, obviously Tron not favorable.
Yeah.
Until Eldrazi, a reasonable one. Anything that's going to be kind of to that higher range, you can go for 3-3 split. But as it currently sits, there's going to be 2 Thoughtseize, 4 Inquisition. Depending on the fact that we are likely bringing in the Kitchen Finks and the Fulminator Mages, I could see 4 Inquisitions being the first thing that I cut, keeping in 2 Thoughtseizes. The only problem is that I might keep in one of my Inquisitions.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the hand disruption maybe seems like an okay to be.
Yep. We might see a turn 3 Thought Knots here if Josh doesn't have a way to take it out of Paul's hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Paul has the colorless source.
Hardcore
He's
Spirit
got the
Dancer.
Thought Knots here.
Good to see
He
ya.
does not have a colorless source. That is unfortunate.
Alright.
Alright, so Tarmogoyf is a 1-2.
So, and we just got a $3 donation from Decade Zerg. We don't have the little graphic updated yet.
Thank you, Decade Zerg. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for helping us keep going, and we'll put it into some sweet stuff.
Ugh. Paul needs to draw an Eldrazi Temple.
The prize pool. Coleman, if you're out there, could you toss in some info on what the prize pool
Yeah,
is?
let us know what that turned out to be. Olivia Voldaren, this game's over.
Yeah.
Attack for 2.
That was rough.
Down to 16 falls Paul. Ancient Stirring's okay. Can we hit an Eldrazi Temple?
Check it out for the hand gestures and the donations. Is this the finals? Yes, it is. And I mean, the Olivia seems particularly saucy.
Yeah.
I can kind of dig it.
I mean, Paul might still be able to pull his way back into this game. Unfortunately, Liliana is going to be able to minus to take out the Thought Knot Seer that Paul's going to play next turn.
Yep. As far as you don't like Bant Eldrazi, I think that Bant Eldrazi is quite good. It's just a little bit. It's like this aggro mid-range split that just isn't super consistent in which one it's going to be doing. Now that being said, the deck does some really powerful things, does some really great things. Colorless Source
Fulminator
gone.
Mage. Come
What
on,
were you saying he
man.
was going to cast next turn?
That's not
Because
cool.
I don't think he's going to cast a Thought Knot Seer
He's
next
not
turn.
casting anything. That's it. That is the match. Jun takes it down, and I would bet that was what was agreed upon ahead of that, but I'm not sure.
Yep. Woo.
All right, so there we go.
Man, that is Camcast. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button now.
Was that what was agreed upon beforehand? Was Josh won anyway? Okay.
Okay.
That's actually what
We
we
figured out. And hey, that's what happened. So.
Could you do me a favor? Could you thank all of the top 4 for me, like, very, very sincerely?
Oh, sure.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's fine. I think a couple of them left, but I'll thank the people who know.
Thank you. Wow. So, Jun taking it down. A great show with, like, this was a
Bring
really
back up
good
the
event.
booth.
This was a great event. Let's go ahead and head back up to the booth. We'll tell you some things. We'll reflect a little bit. If you have any questions, any
Make a few
comments,
announcements.
especially since there's so many of you, let us know any feedback. We'll be here for just a little bit, and then we'll be hosting you
Yeah, we'll
over to
host you over.
someone else. So definitely stick around, because there's always more to come, and we'll definitely look forward to it. So we'll see you up there. All right, hello. My name's TJ.
And I'm Bryce.
And we are streaming from Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington. Just watched a great finals after a really great 6 rounds of Swiss into a top 8. Every single thing out there was actually like a really great match. We had some solid stuff out there. Great. I think this was a great event. This was awesome.
Yep.
So, best modern action and stream in the area. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Bowie.
Decade Zerg, looking forward to seeing ya. If I'm here, I'm not sure if I'm able to make it for tomorrow, but we'll see.
I should be here tomorrow. I
got standard tomorrow.
I got standard tomorrow, so I will be here. But that was awesome. So if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that follow button. The Jackal, it's great to see you. As a quick note, Kalmomo, I completely agree. Actually, Bryce,
Thank you.
fantastic job yesterday. Every time that I stopped in, you were doing a solid job with it. You were able to get some good co-hosts.
I was trying to channel the TJ hype.
You
know?
made fun of me a lot with the hand gestures. It was great. So yeah, solid job out there.
Only first place gets the RPTQ invite.
Yes. To the Shadow Titan, the deck list will be posted on our Tapped Out. I'll also be making a Reddit post on it, so keep an eye out for it. It's going to be excellent. The Dark Lord Projects, great name. Thank you so much. Tarmo Twin, thank you so
Fabio
very
Dorico,
much.
thank you for hanging out with us until 5 a.m. We
We're-
appreciate it. Go to sleep.
Ryan Rushia, I
Thank
think
you.
I saw you earlier, but this is my first time you came. You said that you would come and join us in our stream, and you did. Thank you so much. What did the stream top out at view-wise?
I believe our top end was 739. Not
Yes,
bad.
739
Not bad
is
at all.
huge. They are Geek Fortress The users will actually be Red Baron MTG. It'll be me. So it's the same user as the Reddit post that is currently on Modern Magic.
But we will get the deck list posted. He will post to Reddit when we have those posted, so that you guys can see what they are and find the link from there.
If one of our amazing mods could post a quick link to the tapped out page just before we send you over to someone else, I'll say be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already. I played an Animar and an Azusa Squirrel deck.
And I've played so many things. Thank you, sir. Glad you enjoyed it. All right, I've played so many things in my Commander time. I played
a lot more than that.
I played Vadiel Dal. I played Rafik, but mostly I stick with Pia and Kieran Noir now.
Nice. What's the Reddit page we use? I post it on Modern Magic. But every Monday at 6:30 Pacific time, we've got Standard. Every Wednesday and Saturday, we've got Modern. What? Wednesdays at 7, Saturdays at 6. It's always a good time. And every single Friday, you've got me, you've got probably Joe doing some sweet Legacy for probably 4 rounds at 7:30 Pacific time. It's worth hitting it. It's down there. It's all kinds of awesome. What's the Reddit page that we use?
You already answered that.
The account name is Red Baron MTG. Yep. The same as the Twitter name, the same as my, I guess, the name that was given to me, and the name that I use on Reddit. If you ever want to get in touch with me, any one of those social medias are a great way to get in touch with me. Also, we are working on getting like a Facebook page for the stream set up eventually, so that people can find that one and we can keep updates going that way.
Let us know if you're going to be at the meetup down in Portland. Geek Fortress Facebook page has the event there.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be amazing. New Guru, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's great to have you, and it is going to be awesome. Make sure that you come hang out in the future streams. Make sure to come hang out on Thursday. Make sure to follow Red Baron MTG, Red Baron MTG, where you can find when we'll be streaming. I'll be letting you know. There's always more fun to be had. We do this all the time, and I can't wait for the future. We'll keep you updated on future updates as we are looking.
Let's see who's there.
To get into the Twitch partnership and move forward from there. I'm excited about the future. Hopefully you are too. We have got, bear in mind that he's got the magic. Do you mean me? I don't, wait, what? Bear in mind that's funny. You gotta bear in mind.
Did we both agree to wear blue shirts? No, I decided to wear my Team Fortnite shirt, and he's wearing his Geek Fortress one.
It says the Tej on the back and has the number 13.
Whoa.
I'm not sure why I got that one. I should probably question that.
Because you're lucky, right?
Oh, man. But, yeah, let's,
So, Caleb or Doc or Conley?
Oh, Sean Yu's... Do we want to flood Sean Yu?
We could just drop you guys on Dr. Sean Yu.
Dr. Sean Yu. There's also Professor French, and he's doing some Modern.
Okay. So Professor French.
Let's see here.
Okay, too.
Alright, do you all want Legacy or Draft and Modern? Let us know, and we'll host you over. Professor French, bit of an odd guy, but pretty entertaining, actually.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Sean Yu, another local who, yeah. Oh, he
Sean,
just
you
stopped?
just stopped? Okay, so I guess that answers that. We'll drop you on Professor French, and hopefully he enjoys the viewers.
Ryan Rugia, as far as as soon as I move and get better internet, I'll actually probably start doing MTGO down in the future.
Alright.
Alright, well,
looks like we're going to send you to Professor French.
Let's do it. So, keep in mind, he's currently at 4 viewers.
So
you're going to flood him.
Hopefully he enjoys.
Give him the warmest of welcomes from us. Have a great time, everybody. We are going to call it. It has been absolutely phenomenal hanging out with all of you. I cannot tell you that enough. And I can't wait to see you all next time. But you're all incredible.
He's not online.
Oh, really? You should be.
Oh, nope, there we go.
Okay, okay, we are good. But from all of us here at Geek Fortress, my name is TJ.
I'm Bryce.
And as Bryce nailed it last night, whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, we hope it's a great one. We look forward to seeing you next time, and we'll see you there. Bye, everyone. I'm excited to hear this.
263. That was a day.
Let's see.
I can't hear you.
What up?
Yo.
So, 7:39.
Yeah, I saw that.
739 is where we topped out.